Your love for the game, your teammates, a victory? At ARH Orthopedics, our goal is to keep you pain-free so your body can keep going. There's no time for discomfort in your joints or ligaments caused by an injury. ARH Orthopedic providers specialize in treatment plans, from non-surgical and surgical options, so your care is entirely centered around you. Visit arh.org/ortho to find an orthopedic provider near you. ARH, more for Appalachia.
And welcome to a super special, not flooded edition of Before the Whistle. Of course, with me, Coach David Adams, esteemed guest. We're here safely, and as you can probably tell, I wore my rain gear. I got my rain boots. I got my rain jacket. But then when I got up here on the hill in Ermine, the sun came out. It's like it became time for football before the whistle, and the sun came out again, and there's a rainbow out there. So we're up here safe inside of the lobby of Letcher County Central, sitting right in front of the Dr. Sam Quillen dedicated cougar. I don't know if you can see it all in the shot, but we're here, nice, warm, safe, and dry. And I'm hoping that for most of you, all of you at home, Manus just gave us the stats that there are 2,400 without power in Letcher and 900 without power and not. So we're hoping if you're watching, we hope you're safe, stay safe, and enjoy some good football tonight and talk about football with myself, Coach David Adams, and then soon we'll have Coach Manus Blair stepping in. I guess you stayed dry on the way from the lake.
I did. It's good to be with you, and you're right. Manus will be joining you shortly, as I will be going back out, getting ready for the football game between Breathitt and Letcher. And you're right, it's a good game. Look forward to it.
Great game. We have probably. I think Martin and Perry is also going to be a great game. They're on 80, but if you're looking at games across the board, we'll talk about in our prophecies later when Manus is up, and maybe if Dave's around, we'll get his idea. We're getting ready to pick his brain a little bit. We're going to force him into making picks as Hazard travels to Corbin in a toughie. The Letcher Breathitt game, I think, is one everybody this week has circled because they saw what happened with Breathitt Hazard, right, in a close game. Right. And then we saw what happened, and unfortunately we wasn't there for that one, but we were there for the Letcher Hazard game. What a game that was.
Yeah, 32-31, right to the wire. Adams attempted a field goal to win the game and did a good job. She was out there 34 yards, I believe, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Yeah.
And did a good job, the young lady did. And but it was a great football game. It went right down to the wire. And, of course, Breathitt beating Hazard at Jackson by 2.
Right.
Kobe Johnson's back.
Yeah.
Cougars.
Yeah, we're going ahead and letting that cougar out of the bag because – that's just so huge. You and I talked about that, and we kind of was talking about that with athletic director Blake Mason as he kind of was checking on us here in the lobby right before we went on there, is that, missing the physical presence of Kobe Johnson the last few weeks for the Letcher County Central Cougars has had to have been a huge deal, and it would have showed up against the Hazard Bulldogs. Maybe it wouldn't have went the other way, but it would have made an impact in that game. But now, of course, the Breathitt County Bobcats have the X factor in like newly acquired Austin Sperry, arguably one of the greatest athletes in the 14th region. And so, how do you think that impacts this?
Well, Sperry, I'm sure they put him out wide as a receiver.
Absolutely.
Go to him because of his athletic ability to go up and get the football. And after he gets the football, he's got great speed and strength. So, yeah, they can use Spurry, no question about it. Now, Johnson, on the other hand, Johnson plays linebacker on defense, and he helps the team there. To be honest with you, I think Johnson is worth 10 points to this football team when he plays.
And 10 is a lot of points in football.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
10 is a lot of points.
I could have said 7, but I'm not. I'm saying 10.
You're saying 10. This one, it's gearing up to be a little unpredictable as to what maybe is getting ready to happen here tonight on the hill in Ermine. Sperry, really quick. You talk about immediate impact as an athlete. 76 yards, a touchdown, and a key interception late, and in sort of a limited play role, but a huge role nonetheless for the Bobcats last week. And you talk about a coach that knows how to utilize that is Coach Kyle Moore. So, and on the other side, Coach Junior Matthews and being able to utilize Kobe Johnson. We kind of mentioned this before the game too, is like it's been wet. Right now the sun's out, and we almost wish as we came in here we could have almost quickly flipped back to the outside. But who knows what the weather would have been doing at this point. And I'm sure all of you at home have been keeping up with it all day. But you got to wonder if who this wet conditions, like it's going to be muggy and wet out there. Who do you think that favors tonight?
Well, you look at Breathitt's team. They've got a young quarterback, Holland,
Yep.
but he's doing a really
Solid.
good job
Yep,
for this
solid.
team. He's going to be a great quarterback time he gets done at Breathitt, no question about it. Of course, Holbrook leads the Cougars, and Holbrook's played well all season. Uh, this game could come down to who fumbles,
Right.
who gets the interception,
Who has the one crucial turnover?
yeah, who has the turnover. It could come down to that because these teams are kind of matched up.
And last week we saw Austin Sperry show up on the paper as that one turnover that made a huge difference for the Bobcats in an undefeated at the time Hazard Bulldogs team that'll be traveling to Corbin tonight. We'll preview here in a little bit as well. Other scores in our Friday rerun, and y'all forgive me, I had this big ordeal planned. I was going to get and if Brady Kennedy, if you're watching, I had this planned. We needed Wes to show up, and he didn't show up. I think he's like reined in over in Bowling Green or something. I don't know where he's at. It's like where's Waldo Wes is like you never know where he's at any given time. So I think he's in Bowling Green. I don't know where he's at, but at any rate, I was gonna have the blower like blowing on me and like let you guys like throw some water maybe on my face, and we were gonna have like Hurricane Helen right here, in the lobby or right here outside of the lobby. And I wanted that so bad. I want to be the weatherman that gets the torrential rain, like wind. I shouldn't wish that. I almost got the flood, but I shouldn't wish that. All right. So, other scores in our Friday rerun that was last week. Hazard over Breathitt, of course, 21-19 that we've talked about. Perry over Shelby Valley, 34-14. Leslie, in a close one, loses to Clay, 21-20. And you talk about heartbreak, is we look at the losses that have been for Leslie, so close.
Yeah, even the Prestonsburg game, last play,
Right.
so
Like just so close, right? And then Knott beats Phelps 46-34, which I'm sure you might have some comments on. And then Letcher coming off of a much, much needed dominant performance, over top of Central Wise 43-7 last week. And the one thing I noticed about that one, it on, I was kind of paying attention on the radio to the Letcher Central Wise game is like Letcher was extremely aggressive.
they were, and I think Coach Matthews wanted to get his team lined up to perform the way they're capable of, and they've started that. And he wanted a big win to come in and go against the Bobcats, Winston.
Yeah, I think so too. I think you saw like Coach Matthews was like, all right, we've got this one win on the season. We lose a close one with Hazard. Like it's time for us to get this win and go no holds barred no matter what and just roll the dice, whatever it takes. And it took like fake punts. It took maybe, he loves the onside kick.
Yeah.
And so it's like just being super aggressive. Thoughts on tell me before I let you go, I'm gonna tag Manus in right here in a second.
Manus is ready to go, and he's ready to
go.
It's just like in basketball. We go to these games to do basketball, and we'll get started here. And when Manus gets fired up and gets in, he's ready. He's ready to go.
Tell me the feeling. You work in the Knott County District, and now what are they? They're 4-1 now, with a great opportunity ahead of them tonight that we'll preview later to go 5-1 for probably the first time in a really, really long time.
Well,
What's the feeling like over
the
there?
biggest difference I've seen in the team this year than in the teams, 2, 3, 4, 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Speed difference is the biggest. They have some speed this year and some strength, and they've got some age, and that's helping them. But their speed is much better than it's been in a while.
You got to have some guys that can hit somebody in the mouth, and you got to have some guys that can have some outside edge speed. And
Yeah.
I think for the first time, like you're saying, in a very
Yeah.
long time, they got that.
And they've got some kids that's been playing hard. Ambergy's been doing a good job at receiver. The Hurley boy,
Yeah.
he's playing really well on defense and offense.
Right.
Average kid's playing hard when he's in the game. They're just doing things they need to do on defense. They're just improving and getting better. But their strength and speed, they're quicker.
And, we also want to take in consideration just the momentum build of the new facility and just the new vibe here that we are invested in the game of football and the athletes and the student athletes that play it. And we're invested in this community and in bringing this kind of football era into Hyndman. And I think those things are paying off.
Well, the kids are they're working harder. Got good coaches staff over there, Coach Mullins, and all the guys work with him there. The assistant coaches, I can't mention them all, but I've been impressed with the way they've worked with the kids, and they're trying to do the right thing with the kids, make them stronger, get them quicker, playing as a team, and doing a lot of things united as a team. So they're doing well, and that's things you got to do. But first game we did, I could tell right off the speed was by far
Different.
Yeah. I mean, the kids are they've got stronger, and they're older, of course, and that speed is there, and it's helped.
And you look at, and you're kind of touching on this, but this in coaching, or being in any type of really leadership role, especially within a school district, it takes consistency and it takes some buy-in. And I think for the first time in a really long time, I think you're seeing that translate on the football field for Knott County.
I think you're right. And they've still got some games to go. And, back when the season started, I thought they had a good shot at 4 or 5 games.
Right.
Definitely to win.
Now it's like,
now they may have a shot to win 7, 8.
So before you go, I'm gonna catch you before you go to lay that out for us. I'm going to give you. I'm not giving you mine because I'm going to do the same thing with Manus, and it's not time for prophecies yet.
Yeah, you can put Manus on the spot, and I'm okay with that. But don't put me on the spot.
So not at Floyd tonight. Who you got?
That's going to be a close game, but Knott's got a chance to win that game by 3, by 7, somewhere in that area. They've got a chance to win that.
I like that score.
Yeah.
Leslie is at 1-4 Paintsville.
I think the Eagles can win that game tonight.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Here's an interesting one for you. Perry at home versus Martin.
I got Perry.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Here's one that'll catch you up. Hazard is at Corbin tonight.
Coach Matt Chandler's doing a great job at Hazard. Don't get me wrong, but he is going into a total different area tonight, so it's going to be
6:48. Coach Chandler, you have approximately 42 minutes to get that up on your whiteboard for tonight.
I'm telling you, Coach Chandler has got a tough game in front of him tonight. Corbin's the real deal.
They're the real deal.
But I want to say this about Coach Chandler. He's doing a great job at Hazard.
Absolutely.
Really
nobody going to argue with that one there, except he doesn't give Manus free concession, and that's a shame.
Well, he should. But Manus is ready to come aboard.
Last one, Letcher versus Breathitt. Who you taking? That's it. Last one.
It's going to be close. I'm going with the Cougars by 3.
That's it. All right. Here you go. Coach Kyle Moore's right there. We'll go tell him right now. Coach Kyle Moore. Let's go.
But anyway, I've got Manus coming in, and it's always good to talk to you, my friend.
Always good talking to you, Coach.
Absolutely.
Always good talking to you. I've saved the cat talk just for Manus, and you all forgive me tonight. Usually I've got my notes in my lap, and I'm just throwing them around, and I'm doing stuff. I can't throw my notes tonight. I had no notes on paper tonight. It was a mess today. I didn't have school today. I had a PD. We let out early. I didn't get to print the paper. I thought the paper would get wet. So I'm operating from this is the new move. Okay. We have come into the technological era at TVS. My notes are on my phone. My mom won't get this. They are on a Google Doc on my phone, and I'm looking at it. And I can even edit it, Mom. It's crazy. We've come so far. All right. Anyway, I'm not going to start with the prophecies with you yet. Me and you are going back to and starting with what I've been itching to talk to you about is, of course, cat talk.
Cat talk. Okay.
And actually saw an interesting graphic the other day that said if we could put all the cats of college football, did you see this? All the cats of college football in the same conference.
Too many cats.
Is it too many?
Too many cats.
Well, you got the Cougars and the Bobcats, and now that's 2 cats.
Yeah.
So
Scratching and crawling.
versus Ohio last week, we saw the really close game with number 1 team in the land in Georgia, who I'm going to go ahead and throw out there. I think will play angry at Alabama tomorrow and probably be able to beat that 1.5 line. Then Kentucky comes, of course, last week versus a good, on paper, a good Ohio team, and took care of business in a big way. Did you see improvements? And let's go ahead and lay out maybe what you were expecting for Ole Miss tomorrow.
Did I see improvements? A subtle improvement in some regards.
Subtle, coach. Subtle, coach.
Special teams, yeah.
We got a great kicker. We got a great kicker.
I don't know if I would use the adjective great. I would think more average. I think a great kicker changes the
game.
The game completely.
Yeah.
And offensively, I thought they did a few things. They threw the ball to the tight end. I even heard people in my section said, we do have tight ends.
Well, what about our use of, Dane Key obviously had a huge game.
Dane Key found some gaps. And anytime you play zone, and Mississippi's going to play, they're going to mix it up a little bit, but anytime you play zone, you got to be able to sit down in the zone, and then it's that chemistry between quarterback and wide receiver.
Yes.
You got to be able to sit down, which way you going and which way, and you got to have that feel, sit down in the zone, and then
are you stopping? Are you going?
Then the quarterback can't throw it high. He has to throw it down where the only person's going to catch it is going to be the wide receiver on your team.
It's funny you mentioned that. I actually caught Dak Prescott, of all people, last night
talking about
finding that spot in the zone so many times there with Ferguson, and then obviously you expose it big time when you let CD run across the middle of the field. So or in that wide or in that wide go route. So it's like, so Ole Miss, you expect that from Ole Miss a little bit?
I expect Ole Miss to play deep coverage and make him throw it underneath and show that he's patient enough to throw it, and then try to put pressure on him with the front four.
I hope that's what they do.
I went the last time to Ole Miss, and
you did.
I did. I went to the Grove and experienced it at 11 a.m. Central Daylight Time. And
was it good?
It was good for 11 o'clock Central Daylight Time. And so when the schedule came out and the time came up and it was 11 a.m. Central Daylight Time again, I said no. But Kentucky's defense is what. If we're going to win games this year, it's going to be through the defense. And
Ole Miss hasn't played anybody yet. Ole Miss has played extremely good. They've put a lot of points on the board, and it's a Lane Kiffin offense, and it's a good team, and they're going to be rocking.
And they've got balance. They've got balance,
and they've got great balance, and they've had great balance for the last couple of years. But I'm just like, I heard mention of this there in the college game day preview before I left the house. Was Desmond was talking about, can I mention him? Can I mention him? We're better than him. Desmond, you'll never see this. But Herb Street, Desmond, and the boys, I guess, we're talking about how, those front guys up front on the offensive line of Ole Miss have not experienced yet this season a guy like Deion Walker or any of our guys on the front line. So I'm interested to see how that's handled.
Well, I think they'd be handled the same way that everybody else has tried to handle Kentucky's front, is to double team Walker.
Yep.
Which should enable other people to get to the quarterback, like
Yep.
Weaver.
Yep.
Uh, and Silver and some of those guys that's on the interior side, and they have mixed Walker up. Sometimes you'll see him line up on the edge, and sometimes inside.
Yep.
So I just see that we're going to play a lot of zone.
Yeah,
I'm not a fan of 98% zone.
I'm not either.
Same way as
I'm
in
not
basketball. I'm not a favorite of zone. So if you're asking me, did I see improvements? I did see improvements, but until I see improvements on the offensive side that can be stabilizing and can go 80 yards.
Yeah, no,
not have a short field, and that's one of the reasons I say that about our punter is that sometimes we get into that field position kind of game and we lose at it.
Well, good news is that, and you can tell me I'm wrong, but we do have our Ohio State running back transfer. No, is he not playing tomorrow?
No, he's out.
I thought he was.
No, he's out. And I even talked to him. And pointed at his wrist, and he said
no
at the last game.
I thought he was. He was.
Inside source. He was
going to.
He was doubtful. They do. He was doubtful until the last little bit, and then he
said no.
They said out.
Well, surely next week.
I think it's
who knows. I'm with you. I think what we're all looking for in Kentucky fans is like, yeah, rolling Ohio is great, but I'm with you. I feel what you're saying in that we want to see in what is going to be successful against good teams on a consistent basis.
And I see
we've
that.
Not seen that.
I seen that with our running back, Wilcox. That was from Georgia. He is really shifty.
Yep.
He's not very big, but he is very shifty.
Right.
And I think if they play zone and he's able to get into the secondary, he may take one to the house tomorrow.
And the good news is that no matter what from last week, Vandergriff has obviously found some confidence in Dane Key. I mean, he had a huge game.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, probably arguably one of the biggest games. I guess it was the biggest game statistically of his Kentucky career. So we'll have to see where that goes. Let's go ahead before we move on to we've skipped you on Friday rerun. Unless you're just dying to talk about one of those games that happened last week. But give us your prediction for Ole Miss and Kentucky at the Grove tomorrow. The line, I believe, when I left the house was 15.5.
Yeah, I really and truthfully believe that if it's a high-scoring game, we come out on the short end of the stick.
Absolutely.
But I don't believe it's going to be a high-scoring game. But I do not believe that Kentucky. I was there the last time when we threw it and we had an offensive procedure call that would have put us ahead.
Yep.
And it was on the far end zone.
It was a close game. Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's going to be a close game, and once again, I think we're going to come out behind
losing. Yeah. I mean, I get that vibe too. Is like with these good teams, I think if most of you caught Missouri and Vanderbilt last week. It's like I'm not putting us in the same boat as Vanderbilt, even though I think on paper we arguably could be right there in the same canoe with Vandy. But it's like we're probably going to find ways against teams like Georgia and Ole Miss to keep it really close. But dang, you got to feel like that game against Georgia was our one chance to beat a really good high tier SEC team. I'm worried we missed our chance. But because of that, I think people are on this, and I've seen that line drop over the last couple of weeks.
Well, over
the past week.
Even last weekend when they went for it on fourth down, I almost in the same situation. If I'm going to go for fourth down last week, I would have went fourth down the week prior. But I don't disagree with that because
They did. We went for it.
You've got a
4th and 7, and we scored a touchdown. Yeah.
And some people booed. I didn't. I didn't boo. I would never boo. But anyway, but I think the Mississippi NIL budget is a lot more than our budget.
I won't disagree.
It's kind of like the Reds playing the Yankees.
What about? I mean, that's true. Well, and that's why That's why we do things like zone and it works
Yeah.
or it doesn't. And that's why we do things like run a million jet sweeps to Barry and Brown. And it's like that's why we do this stuff.
But we did not run one jet sweep against Georgia. Not one.
Isn't that interesting?
Anyway, I think it's a lot. I think we've had so many different changes on the offensive side, and all these players have had so many different offensive coordinators. It's just really hard to understand what they want sometimes. And we've got arguably one of the best wide receiver groups that Kentucky has ever had, and
absolutely.
they did run some crossing routes last Saturday,
that's what got
I
us.
expect anytime that they run motion and they see it's man-to-man and they run any crossing routes, you're going to see Macklin running a crossing route and you're going to dump it off him right over top. So
I love the concept of a cross from either side. I also love the concept of two from the same side. One trails and one leads.
Right.
So
it's the old Winston Bennett clear out
that's
for
right.
Kenny
Clear
Walker.
it out for the.
Kenny Walker clears out for Winston Bennett.
That's right.
Sorry, I used a 1980 analogy.
1980 basketball analogy.
Yeah.
But you get it. They clear the way.
Yeah.
Especially if you got a guy like Dane Key who just coming off the heels of a fabulous game. Let him run out there and then trail.
And you're going to see that they're going to, just like tonight when Breathitt County, we're going to have someone over the top, and then you're going to have someone up pressing him. And you're going to see that same kind of stuff with Mississippi a lot of times. And,
I'm instantly thinking about this matchup where you're going to get tonight on TBS cable between Austin Sperry and Gavin Speedy Brown.
Mm-hmm.
I can't wait. Both of them big games last week. Both of them, huge impacts on their respective squads, and so it's like it's huge. It's already luring in my mind. But we're not going to get to that yet because we have the touchdowns that were last week across the coverage area, and we skipped a week. So I'm not going to go back to the week before, but hopefully you've gotten that one. I'm going to last week and making up for lost time in the coverage area in the week that was in our touchdown rundown. And I'm going to do it really quickly. I might pause for a second, let Manus tag in for any thoughts. There's one guy I want to talk about in particular, but Miles Holland last week, 128 yards and a touchdown. Mm-hmm. You'll see him tonight, quarterback for the Breathitt County Bobcats on the ground for them last week. Eli Thomas, 101 yards and a touchdown. Jay Gibson, a touchdown. You heard earlier, Austin Sperry had a touchdown and limited snaps. So that's for the Bobcats on the hazard side last week in that really just crushing loss that played out right to the end of the football game there on the riverbank. Max Pelfrey, 291 yards and a touchdown. He's been hot. William Shoptaw, the other quarterback with the tossing touchdown as well, to Max Pelfrey. Gavin Johnson, a touchdown. Javion Fullwood with the touchdown. Max also had a receiving touchdown. Aaron Johnson, a touchdown. Kate Gibson, 130 yards and 2 touchdowns. We're moving on to Perry now. Colin, 102 yards and a touchdown. Colin Combs. He also had a rushing touchdown or catching touchdown. Landry Collette, who I believe has got to be one of the hottest statistical players, has to be in all of Kentucky. I mean, like, I don't care what class we're talking. I don't care who we're talking about. This young man is absolutely going off every Friday, and he's putting the Eagles on his back, and I would expect him to do the same tonight, running the ball, throwing the ball. He had 333 yards through the air, 2 touchdowns in the air last week, and a touchdown on the ground. I mean, like, what offers does he have? I want to know more. Have you watched him play yet?
I have on film this year. I haven't seen him live. And, when he took that picture with Tim Couch beside that bronze
Tim Couch
statue, and he wears that number of Tim's. And, I think he's in the running for 2A Player of the Year.
But I don't know how he couldn't be.
So,
I don't know how he couldn't be.
his stats play that, but they got to have team wins, and they've got to get a little bit – in order for that to happen. No different right here when Jonah Little won 4A Player of the Year. You got to have wins, and you got to be competitive.
I think more than arguably, but more than any other player we've talked about this year, Landry Collette, I mean, and it's coming. It's brewing. He's going to get the big game. We've had a couple heartbreaking losses, and I think we probably expect him to win tonight at Paintsville. Surely it won't be a
It's gonna-
heartbreaking loss again. It'll be tough going to
It's going to
Johnson
be real
County.
tough.
It'll be
Yes.
tough. But Rylan Simpson, one of his favorite targets, 173 yards and a touchdown. Braylon Holland, a touchdown. Gage Short, moving to Knott County now, 228 yards and 2 touchdowns. And I don't know if we've seen a Knott County quarterback play as well as consistently as Gage Short.
And all he said was, I just want to win.
Isn't that all it takes, though?
I just want to win. I'll do whatever. I just want to win. He said that like 3 or 4 times, with Jamie and
Keep
James.
the interview simple,
and,
Gage.
He just wants to win, and I just love that. And I'll do anything to win. So,
and he's doing it
yeah.
as Knott County Central, and one of the best records they've had in a very long time of my recent memory. Shane Gibson, a touchdown. Bryson Everidge, a touchdown. Gage Short, a touchdown. Also on the ground, Chance Ambergy, who David mentioned earlier, is having a incredible and out of the kids I feel great for, of course, Landry is having a great year also, but out of the kids that deserved a great year, that has stuck with their program and been consistent and been consistently great for their program, be them great or be them not so great, man, it's paying off for Chance Ambergy having a great year with 165 yards and 2 touchdowns. Thoughts on that real quick?
And he's injury free. And, anytime sometimes when you're a 2 or 3 sport person and you get hurt in one sport,
right?
I've seen him
like he's healthy,
stay away from that sport. And,
yeah.
That says a whole lot about Chance. And, I hear that he does a really good job of mowing grass for David. So,
well, he's a kid who you can tell
he's just a humble kid, and I'm glad he's doing well.
Absolutely,
and,
having a great year. Also, Wally Holland with the touchdown, pick 6 from last week that probably proved crucial in that game versus Phillips. Gunnar Holbrook from the Cougars that you'll see tonight, 2 touchdowns through the air and way to get off the snide, and just a player that also just the player I see is wants to win, competitive, and he needed a good game going into this game tonight, and I think he had that 198 yards through the air and 2 touchdowns.
Just needed something to boost his confidence up, and especially in the red zone area, and
absolutely,
and of course Gunnar also one of those kids that's been injured and come back from that.
Come back. So
mentally strong.
Mentally strong. I would expect him to do no less tonight. I think he's going to have a great game tonight against Breathitt County. Just taking care of the football, right? Brett Smith also with 2 touchdowns and that confidence builder for tonight. Garrett Howard with the touchdown. Quentin Williams, Q Williams, and what I will say is one of the better two-way players in the Mountains, had a touchdown, but listen to this, also has 10 tackles and 3 sacks last week in the win versus Wise Central. And so just a great two-way kid, man.
Yeah, and Quentin is anybody that knows Quentin, and of course I know him since time he was small. And of course he's quite reserved, and never saw that coming from the defensive side. But man, he can come up and
he wreaks
he can
havoc.
he can lay the wood to you.
And I'm interested to see how that plays into tonight. As Miles Holland has got this newfound toy again with Austin Sperry.
Oh, yeah.
You know they're going to want to throw it some. They have a great ground game, but they're going to want to throw it some. Interested to see if Q can't make his way back there a couple times tonight. And then rounding up our touchdown rundown, and a kid that I love to talk about, and I'm so excited about this matchup before you tonight between him and Austin Sperry, is Gavin Speedy Brown with 2 touchdowns and 187 of Gunner's 198 yards last week. Not only establishing himself as one of the better, most favorite, obviously one of the favorite targets of quarterback Gunnar Holbrook, but becoming one of this quickest, lightest, best targets underneath in the Mountains.
Running that crossing pattern.
And Gunnar being able to find him underneath in so many holes, man, and finding those soft spots. Gavin Speedy Brown, interested to see what happens tonight.
Yeah, I know. I just look forward to the matchups.
All right, we're slowly winding down, taking us to our primetime preview. And for the first time in a long time, I feel like I'm so separated from Josh. Like I'm in the lobby. He's out there in the world somewhere. I don't even know where he's at. He came off that hill a second ago. It's getting dark again back in there. I'm so glad I have my rain boots on. But at any rate, I can't
Yeah,
go
I
one
forgot
night without
mine.
talking bad about him because I can't see him, and I feel like I'm so detached from him right now. I'm having separation issues. But Josh, if you can hear me, put primetime preview up on the board. Primetime preview takes us to, and honestly, our first prophecy is the Cougars and Bobcats tonight. Me and David quickly mentioned this. You had Breathitt, you had Breathitt versus Hazard ends in a close game. You had a Hazard Letcher Central ends in a close game. If you're looking at this on paper tonight, you have to expect that this is a close game in our mind tonight.
I would expect it to be a close game. I would expect it to be just like last year's game, which, if you
Yeah, what
remember,
was that?
was the deflection.
Jog my memory.
That was a deflection that ended up being a go-ahead touchdown. I know Breathitt
That's
County
right.
Bobcat fans don't want to talk with me.
That's
talk
right. I
about
do remember that. Gunner in the back of the end zone, a deflection.
it. To
Like as the time was
Gavin,
out.
yes, and
Yes.
that was something to behold. And the year prior up here, and
That's
that
right.
was Spurry
Sperry with
split
the deep route. Yeah.
split the cover two,
Yep.
and they just threw it up,
Yep.
and he
And
went up
ran
and
that
got
post. Yep, I
it.
remember.
And then I've seen him as a freshman,
Yeah.
and he did. But I agree with you. It's going to be a close game, and I think it comes right down to who probably has the football
So
at the end.
David mentioned this, and you can tell me how big of a deal this is. You watched him more than I have this year, and the benefit of being able to cover these in their entirety. But Kobe Johnson is back tonight.
Yeah, and the thing about with Kobe, Quentin Williams has done a good job in the backfield and running the ball in the last 3 games that they've done, and it enabled him to get going a little bit. But Kobe on the defensive side and on the is kind of like the I don't know if I want to say the glue, but when
He's
you
the
need,
ultimate utility, right?
he is one of those runners, and I've used Dunn Nottingham several times, but he don't look to go around you. He looks to run over you, and and Breathitt County's had those kind of runners in the last year or two too,
Absolutely.
that they don't look to juke and jive.
The Eli Thomas, the running back
Eli's
for the
had a really good.
Bobcats
I've
this year,
watched.
has had a
Yeah.
great year.
Oh yeah.
He's
Yeah.
not so much of a side to side guy. So I will, and you mentioned this, and I hadn't really had that thought, but here we are in the past couple weeks. As the 2 and 3 Cougars may not be where they wanted to be at this point in the season, but yet, you take in consideration they said a couple weeks without
Mhm.
Kobe, they had a week without Brett. So it's like this is the first time
Mhm.
since week 1 that they've really had everything they intended to had, and all this past few weeks you've had guys like Hugh step up on offense, and now he's going to be able to get a break,
Yeah.
and maybe wreak some more havoc defensively, and he's been able to get comfortable carrying the ball in the spots that you need him to. So
Yeah.
it's like maybe it sort of sharpened the sword a little bit for the
Mhm.
Cougars and what they need to do
Well, I
tonight.
think Breathitt County too has done the same thing.
Well, they've been
And
without Sperry, right?
They've been without Spurry. They get Spurry back. He's got a few practice days in now, and yeah, I mean he just takes up 2 people on the defensive side, which means Holland can go the other side, and Holland can be on the other side.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I just think both teams are on the uptick coming into the game.
Absolutely.
And,
That's an excellent way to put it.
mentally,
Yeah.
for Breathitt County to come through at home and defeat Hazard in the
Yes.
way in which they
They
defeated
did.
Hazard
Yes.
is very instrumental
Absolutely.
in making them confident coming into this football game.
And kind of talked about this also with David is like the Cougars were extremely aggressive last week.
Mhm. Mhm.
Going for it on 4th, fake punt,
Mhm.
fake, like they were extremely aggressive. And I think maybe you see a little bit of that carryover. I'm going to shout out my good friend Gary, from over in Jackson, who keeps me up, and me and him talk quite often about Austin and his game. And matter of fact, when I pull up this inside, a little bit of insight about Austin, but he's just such an impactful player, just speed and raw athleticism and hand-eye that you just don't find every generation.
No.
And so it's like, and then you could say a lot of the similar stuff about, he's not as tall and as lean, but man, Gavin Speedy Brown has become, the similar type of athlete for the Cougars. And I'm just so excited to see both of those guys go at each other offensively and defensively and playing kind of like that perimeter role.
Well,
right? Both of those guys play sort of a perimeter role. And I'm so intrigued by that matchup tonight. And as I want to mention again, these clouds, these dark clouds are rolling in over the hill at Ermine. How does that impact this game?
Well, the wind is gusting right now.
Me and you said about talking about air raid. I don't know if there's going to be any air show tonight.
Well, periodically throughout the night, we're going to have gusts, and that may play a part in the punting game. It may play a part in how you throw a deep ball.
Do you line up for an extra point?
And I think, by the way, Braxton Terry has done an excellent job kicking extra points for Breathitt County.
And Emma's been great for the Cougars.
She's been good. So I don't know. And it's a crosswind. It's one of those winds that come up and down this holler. And if you kick that thing in the
Will
wrong,
they kick tonight? Stay tuned.
I think that does play.
No one knows.
In the back of your mind, Coach Moore and Coach Matthews is going to think about probably going for it more on the fourth down side, especially if they're on that 40. I think from their own 40 back, right. I think you're going to see it sometimes.
Well, and what's interesting, too, is I think even if both teams have to stick to the running game, we just mentioned Q, Kobe, Eli on the other side, Jaden. So it's like
Barnett on Breathitt.
No matter what, you're going to see points tonight, and maybe that kicking game comes into play. Okay, moving on quickly so we can get Manus to the booth before it rains again. Prophecies.
Oh, no.
It's time. We'll save the Letcher Breathitt score. Not versus Floyd at Floyd tonight up on the rock. Who do you got? Not 4-1 Floyd, 0-5, but they've been competitive in competitive games.
I think it's going to be a close game, but I think the advantage will be with Floyd. Unfortunately, I went away from Knott County. I think for the first time this year, I went away from them. But I think Floyd wins a close game at Floyd.
I'm going to say P-A-T-S.
Pats.
In a close one, though. In a close one, much like the Phelps game. And Knott's been able to put up points. I think this rain might actually hurt Knott. Yeah. But I think there's points. I think it's like 28-24, 28-21, something like that.
Got to run.
And I don't know if we're kicking extra points tonight, so I better go like 26-18. All right. So then we have Leslie trying to find themselves again in close games, traveling to a 1-4 Paintsville, maybe not a traditional Paintsville, but a Paintsville nonetheless at Paintsville.
I watched Paintsville play a little bit on the stream, and I hate to go against Leslie County, and I'm not going to. Leslie County wins by 7. Leonard's loser, Paintsville.
Yeah, I'm going with Leslie, and I think tonight they find a way to win the close one, like this 24-22, the 21-19 game. They win it tonight at Paintsville, and it changes their momentum and season. For Landry Collette tonight and for Noah Kilburn. All right. Perry versus Martin out on 80. Perry coming in at 3-2, a team that, kind of was disappointing, then shockingly good, and then played Bell pretty close. And then Martin, who comes in here red hot at 4-1, hasn't maybe played the greatest schedule, but playing a good Perry team. So Perry, Martin at Perry behind the new go time.
Martin has added some on the transactional wire.
Yes, I saw that.
But I think Perry is very tough at home.
I think so too.
I've always rode the Perry wheel, and I'm going to go with Perry.
The doors.
The doors.
And-
Anchor down.
Anchor down, baby.
They're
Drop
gonna
the anchor.
They're anchored down.
Anchor down. I think anchor down is the call tonight because I think the rain plays absolutely in Perry's favor.
Oh,
as they've
Perry's
got a
running game.
crazy run game. So I'm going to say Perry runs it down Martin's throat. All right, that's a little. I don't know. That's a little much, but
Yeah.
they run it well. Hazard is at Corbin. You can make up a lot of ground with Coach Matt Chandler in your relationship. I'm going to hand it to you, but Hazard at Corbin.
I asked him to early in the year. I mean, when he got to cancel Corbin.
Tonight was the night you could cancel. You could have said it was
He's
flooded.
not
in
going
Hazard.
to. I think that they're going to
No,
play.
he wants it.
I think Hazard is going to play much better
Yeah.
than what people expect.
Sure.
But you're going to Corbin, and we've been to Corbin a few times in my lifetime, and it's really tough to win at Corbin.
What did they do? They got a train
No.
whistle, cannon. What they got?
They got.
I feel like they got something. I don't know what it is.
I don't know.
It's something. It's something.
But anyway, I'm going to say Corbin.
Yeah, I'm going to say Corbin, but I do agree. I think
I think they're going
Coach
to
Matt Chandler does a great job of getting these guys up to play.
Yeah.
Corbin's only loss on the year to Frederick Douglass, of course, in a game that was probably a little one-sided, but not so much. All right, and then finally to wrap us up, give us you predicted one score, and I'm on that, but we've got the Bobcats and the Cougars, the battle of the cat specimen up here on the hill. Who you taking tonight?
Now, you understand I have to come up here 2 days a week.
You've told us that, and I get it.
I am going to say, don't get mad at me, but the Bobcats get revenge over
Whoa.
last year's last second.
Yeah, that's got to be
Loss.
on that board in that locker room, right? 'Cause they're right
Oh,
here in
yeah.
this locker room.
Oh, I'm sure Coach Moore and the rest of the coaching staff has said, but it's going to come down to the end, and unfortunately, Bobcats will win.
Listen, I have great friends on both sides.
Yeah, I
I
do.
did the
I
run
do
out.
too.
I did the run out music for Letcher. They get ready to run out of my song that I made for them. DJ Total, look me up on Facebook. But it's like at the same. I got great friends at Breathitt, but Breathitt has made a meme of me before in picking against them 2 years ago in the regional boys basketball championship. So semifinal. So I'm going to side with my friend Gary, and I'm going to say the Bobcats pull it out in a close one off the momentum from last week, but it's close and it can go either way. I only did that because I had to.
Hedged.
No, I didn't do it because I had to. I did it because
I just think it's going to be a really good game.
Join us next week before the whistle. We may be outside. I hope we're outside. I hope it's sunny and beautiful. Please stay safe wherever you're at. Kick back and enjoy the boys. Bring you the game tonight. Letcher and Breathitt. You're going to love it, man. I'll see you next week. I can't throw my notes. I'm not throwing my phone.
For over 100 years, the Bank of Hyman has been committed to serving our community and serving the future of our families, homes, and businesses. With our new convenient online banking, viewing your account balance and history, transferring money, and paying bills has never been easier or more secure. And with the construction of our new headquarters, we've renewed our promise to Hyman to stand by our customers even in troubling economic times, because we're not just your bank, we're your neighbors. That's the Bank of Hyman. Log on to www.bankofhyman.com or give us a call at 606-785-3158.
No matter what town or community you live in, there's a Tim Short dealership nearby. That's because our family of dealerships are dedicated to serving the folks throughout Eastern Kentucky. Our employees are your friends and neighbors, helping to support the local economy and provide safe and affordable transportation to everyone that shops the family of Tim Short dealerships. Our entire inventory can be found with the click of a button at timshortautogroup.com. Visit us online and join the thousands of customers that took the short drive to satisfaction today.
Hi, I'm attorney David Johnson. You may recognize me from some of our other ads, but injuries from an auto accident are no joking matter. With over 25 years of experience, our offices have the resources and expertise to go head-to-head with big insurance. While most of our cases get resolved without going to court, trust me, they know if the attorney you choose will take it this far. Either way, our clients get paid. So for all your legal needs, get the pros on your side.
Home sweet home. At First Federal Savings and Loan of Hazard, we've been providing our friends and neighbors the sweet dream of homeownership since 1960. We're proud to support the community we work and live in. That's why we take so much pride in providing competitive rates, low closing costs, and quick turnaround by local decision makers. Investing and growing our community is what we do. At First Federal Savings and Loan of Hazard, we believe that there's no place like our home. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Just want to watch the game.
That turn on the ceiling fan, use the gray remote, hit power, then input.
It's not working.
That's the silver one.
It might be difficult to understand what all the remotes on your coffee table do. But with a Kentucky Farm Bureau agent in every county, at least it's easy to get great insurance. Kentucky Farm Bureau, big on commitment.
Next time, I'll just go to the game.
A lot has changed in 100 years. We've gone from the Model T to the electric car, from silent film to home theaters, and from the telegram to the iPhone. And through it all, People's Bank and Trust of Hazard has been there for local people. From paper checks to debit cards, from wire transfers to online banking, People's Bank has maintained a tradition of service while embracing the future for your financial needs. Celebrating a century of service to the mountains. People's Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to high school football right here on Hometown 24. Big matchup tonight as the Breathitt County Bobcats have traveled up from Jackson to meet the Letcher County Central Cougars, which should be a dandy on paper and on the field. No question about it. David Adams with you and Manus Blair. Manus, what a good time you had with Winston Lee.
I see why you left me. You
listen,
didn't want to prophesy.
Hey, he kept pushing me to pick these scores, and they're hard to pick.
Yeah, and you didn't want people getting after you after this game and everything else. So I'm tough-skinned. I'll take it.
Big matchup here. I think both of these teams are very capable of winning this game, no question about it. If you go on games they've already played against other teams, and we'll see who doesn't make that crucial turnover, who doesn't get that interception, who can do just the fundamental things to pull this out tonight. And looking for a good game. We may get some rain in the area. In fact, it's not been too bad right now. We had a blue sky for a while. Now it's starting to cloud back up, and some dark clouds are coming back in.
And one thing we mentioned earlier is when you look to our left at the flags, it's a crosswind. So that may play a big part in the punting game, the passing game.
Absolutely.
And actually – will the coaches decide to go more on fourth down with that situation? So, and, one of the things when you look down here, you see Kobe Johnson is ready to go for the Cougars. So that's going to make a big-time difference.
Yeah, Kobe's a big player on this Cougar team, has good strength, plays the linebacker position on defense. Offense, he's that running back that can get those 3, 4, 5 yards for you when you need them. So he's a big player. He adds points to this team, Manus Blair.
Oh, yeah, and then just leadership, too, on the offense and on the defensive side.
You look at the Bobcats, they've got a running back, Eli Thomas, who carries the mail quite a bit for them. You got John Holland, who also will carry the mail and receive as well. And you got a young quarterback, number 4 for Breathitt County, Miles Holland. And so he's young, but he's been improving every game. And
he's getting seasoning. And, when you've got the people that the Breathitt County coaching staff has, you can see an improvement in every game. And in the Hazard game, he was very good and very composed against Hazard in a close game. And when you've got Thomas and you've got Barnett and those in the backfield, but then you've got Spurry, when you get in trouble, you may decide just throw that thing up and let him go get it.
Very athletic, no question about it. And also – for Letcher Central, you got Holbrook, who's played pretty steady all season, Manus. He's done a good job from Calvin Ramsey, be the guy out on the flats that gets the pass and can make something happen. And also Quentin Williams will be the back who lines up and will pick a hole. And he's been getting there. And then course, we mentioned Johnson back in the lineup for the Cougars.
So, you know, you've got those kids that are really trying to improve. The last time we were here, miscues in the red zone. Letcher Central can't have those, nor can Breathitt County. When you're in the red zone, you cannot give up the football. You can't make those penalties that cause touchdowns back. So which team can have the fewer number of miscues, probably in a very closely contested game, will come out on top, David.
Absolutely. Got a bunch of our viewers already giving me text, and we're going to give you those shout-outs later on in the contest, so you stay with us, and we'll get an opportunity to holler back at all our, loyal fans that watch us. Already 8 or 9 of them is text in minus, and
I hope
it's
they've got
good.
power. I hope they've got
hope
power.
they do,
and
too.
Hope everybody's safe and sound. And including their people in North Carolina and South Carolina, Georgia, Alabama,
Absolutely.
and Florida.
Well, we're just under a minute here waiting on the Cougars to come back out on the field. Breathitt County has already took the sideline. Officials are already at the middle of the field to get the ball set for action. And we've got other games in the area tonight as well. Commodores are playing at home. We'll try to have that score. Hazard's on the road to play some team called Corbin. And Knott County's over at Floyd Central. And, of course, Breathitt County is up here. And Mr. David Ritchie is already give us a holler from Jackson, Kentucky. And always good to hear from David Ritchie. Earl Stevens
did he
also
give us
looking in.
Did they give us a score? What do they think the score would be?
I don't know if he's give us the score yet, but he says Breathitt by 3 touchdowns.
Yeah.
He's got confidence in the Bobcats.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, he sure does. So we'll see how that goes. Earl Stevens also looking in down there. Ann and Dave Dixon over at Lots Creek. We want to give a shout out to them. Our buddy Dave, we keeping him in our prayers
yes.
and in our mind, and hoping everything works out for Dave. He's such a good guy, likes sports, and want to also mention the Kraft family today. Todd and Sandy and all those folks. We're thinking about them as well. I tell you, man, it's a lot of good people in this area, and sometimes, we have to battle. We have to stay and just keep at it and do the best we can.
Yeah, and sports is that thing that allows us to escape real life sometimes.
It is. It is indeed.
And I'm glad for all the Hometown 24 people that's tuning in, and thoughts and prayers. Anybody that's feeling low of low, and our thoughts are with you.
Absolutely. We've had a lot happen to our area, and it continues to happen, and we just have to stay focused and do it and hang in there and do the best we can. It looks like Breathitt County will receive. The Cougars will kick off as we get ready here. Quarter number 1 from Letcher County Central, and the Bobcats will take the football on the 30, and he's going to get about 5, 6, ends up getting 8 on that, and it's going to be 1st and 10 on the 38-yard line for the Bobcats.
And there was Quentin Williams on the top of that.
And doing it for the Bobcats was Spencer.
Yep.
Adam Spencer for the Bobcats, a 8-yard return.
And, the last time we saw Jackson Meade kick off, he had one of the best onside kicks you'd ever see.
And it looks like Breathitt County will come up to the line. Holland is the quarterback, and ball goes the right side.
That's
and nowhere
Thomas.
to go, really. Good defense there. No gang on that play. Very little. It's going to be 2nd down coming up.
And that was a good read on the outside there by Sargent.
Yeah. Cougars, good defense that time. 11:36 to go first quarter, if you're just joining us. College game day tomorrow, so we hope to hear from a lot of you and your picks. Breathitt County, split backfield of all Handoff,
again.
left guard, and he's going to get maybe none on that carry.
No.
Good
And
defense again as
Smith
as the
and Johnson
Cougars.
was right there to
Third
no
down
gain.
coming up. Third down coming up for the Bobcats. Will Holland put it in the air here?
I think you're going to see him put it in there for the first time.
Yeah, I think so too. And
you see Spurry is I don't see Spurry out there right now, David.
no, he's not. He's number 8. He's not
Yep.
on the field at this time. The back for the Bobcats is Gibson. And here Holland flips the throw over and a pickup of 3. It's going to be 4th down, and that was to Spencer who catches it. And no, I take that back. That was Thomas that time.
And they're going to punt. And, that's one of the things we talked about in the pregame is whether you get here and whether you punt. And right now they're showing that they will punt the football. And the wind is still – it's coming – I don't think it's manageable. The flag is limp over there.
Here's the punt. Cougars will be back to take us on the 25. A little head fake, gets up 30, backs back off, comes up 32. He's going to try to hit the sideline. 35 is where he'll go, and it's going to be 1st and 10 right there.
Gavin Brown did not have anywhere to go on that one right there. He juked and jived, but good punt coverage by the Bobcats.
Gavin, a good job there for the Cougars. That young man always plays hard. I've noticed that.
Oh, yeah.
Man,
Plays with every bit on both sides of the football.
Oh, absolutely. Cougars. Holbrook will be the quarterback. Williams will be the back lined up with him. Wideouts each way. Handoff to Williams. Goes left off the left guard. Nowhere to go there.
No.
2nd down coming up. No gain for the Cougars.
And that was Tosin and a host of Bobcats that met him in the gap.
Ole Miss, Kentucky tomorrow at noon should be a dandy. And it's going to be a tough one in Oxford.
Yeah, 11 a.m. Central Daylight Time.
Oh, my goodness. Look for Galvin over here to the right. And
Spurry is playing him out here.
Yes, he is. Holbrook gets throw. Williams gets it left side, and he's going to pick up. There's the 1st down as he moves across the marker, still going near midfield, and a 1st and 10 coming up for the Cougars.
Set up well. Williams got behind his blockers. Coach Moore was wanting a hold there, I think, on Brett Smith. He made the pancake block, and Coach Moore was wanting the holding penalty, but he did not get it.
9 minutes, first quarter, no score here at Letcher Central. First quarter getting underway. Wideouts each way. Quentin Williams, number 10, will be the back beside of Holbrook. Holbrook to the right side, Manus. He's looking, still looking. He's going to take it up past midfield. He's going to pick up maybe 2-3 on the play. 2nd down coming up for the Cougars.
And Tosin came up and made the stick. I thought he had, I believe it was Branham on a crossing route, but he was not able to pick him up.
Jim McCauley is off tonight, if you're wondering about him. He'll be back with us in 2 weeks when we have our next game from Hazard, as Paintsville and Hazard will play at Daniel Field.
Yep, Jim Bob doing sound system once again for Sturgill Simpson tonight.
Holbrook with a handoff. Smith goes left side and picks up 5. Yeah, he made a good move there as they slowed him down, but he got away and picked up another couple of yards for the Cougars.
And that was Barker that came up and made the stop.
Yeah.
From his safety position. So far, Breathitt County trying to keep on the defensive side, trying to keep everything in front of them. So
yeah, Ryan Farmer down there in Leslie County, my friend. Glad to have you along tonight. Rick Adams, Shelbyville, glad to have him along. And everybody trying to have something to do on this Friday night, Manus Blair.
Yeah.
Williams will be the back in the backfield, dots the I. Here's the fake handoff, and Smith nowhere really to go.
And I believe it's going to be a face mask. I believe that when Barnett grabbed a hold of him, he had him by the face mask.
Flag thrown on around the 49, so it will be a first down for the Cougars coming up here, as that'll be a 15-yard penalty.
Yeah, and we're waiting on the call, and I believe that they've decided that it wasn't, and
yeah.
In other words, they picked up the flag, and there will be no flag on Breathitt County, and it'll be fourth down now, David.
Yes, it will. Coach Matthews wanting that call. He thought he had that call, but they picked it up. So Cougars will set. Smith over to the left. Galvin over here to the right. Williams will be – no, that'd be Johnson back with Holbrook. And here's the pass. He's got a guy.
Oh, overthrown.
Ready, man. That was a pass right on target.
I think
was right there.
Branham, I don't know if he just quit running or whatever, but he had him there. So
yeah,
that's going to be a turnover on downs, David Adams. So
yes, it will. Holland will come out, take over quarterback here for the Bobcats as they'll get the ball for the second time tonight.
In good field position, David.
Yep, 49-yard line, 1st and 10. Wideouts each way. Holland will get ready. He's looking
Going
deep.
long.
Here's the throw. He's got a man. He let him just a little too much at time, as that was John Holland, number 3 for the Bobcats, as he was going deep.
Evidently, David, there was a little bit of miscommunication because he had two people in the same area there.
He did.
He had Holland, and then he had Baker, who was going on a straight vertical as well. So
yep, absolutely. Baker, number 13 out there for the Bobcats. Number 1 is Thomas, who the first time the Bobcats got the ball, he had it twice in his hand. Holland, and he'll hand to Thomas. He goes
and
right
there's
side.
Johnson.
Yeah, nowhere to go that time. A gain of about 1, and third down will be coming up for the Bobcats off the right guard.
Nothing there as Howard also helped with Johnson in making the tackle, so puts them in third and 9, David.
Yep. Jaden Gibson also in the backfield for the Bobcats this time, along with Thomas. Still don't see Spurry in the lineup at the wide receiver. Kind of surprised me.
I did not get to talk to Coach Moore any before the game, so I'm not sure if there's anything wrong with Spurry or not.
Holland over to the right side, looking downfield, lets it go, and he caught the football, but
way out of bounds, I believe.
Out of bounds. And so it's going to be fourth down, so I would think the Bobcats will probably punt this.
So not hurting Letcher Central on going for the fourth down, and
no.
Coach Moore is deciding to play a game of field position.
Yep, Braxton Turry will get ready to punt this away for the Bobcats.
And almost blocked.
Punt goes as Ramsey lets it go. Galvin does, and it goes down to the 11-yard line. It's going to be 1st and 10 there for the Cougars as they'll get the football.
Yeah.
Winston Lee heading out. Good night.
Left the building
before the whistle, and always enjoys it.
I liked his muck boots. He was styling and profiling, thinking he was going to get in a bunch of water, I guess, or mud. So let's see what the Cougars can do here on the offensive side, David.
Well, you know, they did a good job, I thought, first time of sharing the football around the field, to be honest with you. I look for maybe Johnson maybe to get an opportunity here, but he has, there he is, and he's off the right guard, and he picks up 3 that time, second down coming up. and
trying to trap,
yeah.
Breathitt County had gap integrity, and they took care of it right there. Is number 68, and I believe that is Abner.
Good size
come-
young man, Abner is for
Yes,
the
he
Bobcats.
is. So he was there and stayed right in his gap.
Wide outs each way, 3 to the right, 1 to the left, as Johnson will be the back beside of Holbrook. Bobcats, if you notice, had 6-7 on the line there on the defense, bringing pressure as Johnson gets some room, and he doesn't shy away from the hit, and he gets a first down for the Cougars up to the 28-yard line, and I think Johnson wanted the contact that time.
On our pre-show, on the before the whistle, I said he doesn't look to juke and jive. He looks to run over you. So, it's a little bit different when you're a safety and you see Colby Johnson coming at you. You got to take his legs out, and that's what they did. And I believe that was Barker that did that. And he is one of the leading tacklers for the Breathitt County Bobcats.
Bobcats 6 and 7 on the line with the linebacker dancing back forward. Johnson left side gets up to the 30.
There
we
comes
got
a flag.
and probably near the 33, but we'll see. We have a hole on the Cougars, so that one will be coming back.
And, of course, you hate to hold like that because, once again, and Jim says it all the time, put you behind the sticks and it changes the way you call in the series.
It will remain the same down, so it'll be first down, but now the Cougars, like you say, they're behind the sticks, Manus, and they've got to make up some ground now.
And you keep saying, David, and they are. They get up in the gaps, and then they back out sometimes, do the Bobcats.
Wide outs each way, and Johnson will be the back. Here's the throw, and it's knocked down as Bobcats almost coming up with an interception there. That's number 83, Manus. That is for Breathitt County. We'll get his name, that young man. Do you have number 83?
I do not have number 83 on my
We've got to
schedule.
find out him. He's not on my list.
I do not have
So
a number
we
83.
need
He did
to
a
get
nice
him.
play.
He made a nice play, hand out there correctly, and so
In other words, you can't. It's hard to not stare down. You can't stare down who are you going to throw it to because in
Right.
that zone, he was lucky that didn't end up as a pick six.
Yep. Cougars 3 to the right, 1 to the left as Williams will come in and be the back beside of Holbrook. We fake the ball off to Williams. Holbrook will keep it and we'll get maybe a couple, 2 or 3 there. Third down coming up and long. And
Not much there, David.
I kind of thought maybe Coach Matthews went for a short pass that time and maybe try to make something happen, but he's feeling comfortable what he's doing right now.
Yeah, and Combs came up and made the good hit for Breathitt County, and got to be careful here. You know, when you're talking about 3rd and 15, David, you got to be careful with the football.
Absolutely. Bobcats sneaking back on the line again as Cougars are in tight with the line this time, and Holbrook will take it. Williams rolls out to the right, and he still has an opportunity. He's got a man, and it's Gavin Ramsey, and he's up 47, and down he goes right there.
It was a nice job by the line of Letcher County Central giving Gunner enough time, and then Gavin Speedy was able to get behind the safeties for a first down.
You know, you have to be impressed with Holbrook this season. I think he's played solid most of the season for the Cougars. And,
just spots. In spots. He, but that's a young quarterback.
Absolutely. Bobcats with a young quarterback as well, Holland. So both of these teams trying to get their program lined out, Manus, get it back to their winning ways.
And I think both of them's on the uptick after last Friday.
Absolutely, no question. Here's the handoff. It goes to the Cougars, and that's number 34 for the Cougars.
I believe they called it down.
Yep, it's Howard running the football.
They did.
But I thought his right knee went down, and
quickly all the officials said he was down by contact.
Absolutely. So a loss of almost 1 there. So it's going to be second down and about 11 to go for the Cougars.
And the Cougars rotating running backs. There are 3 running backs already have made carries.
Yep. Williams will come back in, the back beside of Holbrook, the quarterback. And Holbrook back. He's going to put it in there, and it's incomplete, a little bit behind Smith there. Smith stopped and gave him a target, but the ball was thrown a little to the left there as third down will come into play.
Once again, Breathitt County was in that zone, and Smith stopped in that gap, and you know, he thought that he was going on. Holbrook thought he was going on, and he threw it behind him. So got to be careful in that. And, you know, you have to read, and that's a product of having good chemistry with your wide receivers and watching what they're doing.
Wide outs each way, third down for the Cougars. Holbrook will look the field over. Williams goes to left. Here's the throw down. It's wide, out of bounds, and we've got a flag, and it could be a late hit on the quarterback.
I'm not sure either. It come out a little bit late, but he official Napier's looking over at Kyle Moore, and he's asking him if he wants the penalty or not.
Waiting on the penalty. It is a holding. It's on the Cougars, and
they're going to take it.
They're going to take it. So
that's interesting.
Third down again. So ball will be put on the 41-yard line, and it's going to be third down and a long way to go for the Cougars. Now, no doubt a pass play here.
Oh, there's no doubt. And you look for something in inside of the zone you keep seeing that Breathitt County plays the zone. So look for something short and see if they can pick up the first down here.
1:40 to go in the first quarter. No score from Whitesburg yet, and glad you're with us on Hometown 24. Holbrook's the quarterback, wide outs each way. As he looks it over, now he's going to have to unload it, and it's going to be fourth down. Pressure by the Bobcats that time.
Oh, Abner beat his man, and, you know, Holbrook didn't have any time to do anything, so he smartly threw it away.
Fourth down, I would imagine that the Cougars will punt this away as Smith goes back, get ready to do the job there for the Cougars. And back for the Bobcats is Mr. Spurry, number 8.
And along with Spencer, looks like.
Yep, and it
and
looks
that's
like
going
Spencer,
straight out of bounds.
Yes, it is, and it's around the 20. Don't know where they're going to spot that at.
I think it's right there is where they're going to spot it. And I think that kick was by design by Brett Smith. First of all, kicking it away from Spurry and then straight out of bounds.
Absolutely. 23-yard line, the Bobcats will take over with 1:19, first quarter. And Mr. Spurry is lined up to the far left here as one of the wideouts each way as Holland will get ready. Fakes the handoff. Spurry's going deep. He's got Spurry. Spurry's caught it. He's 30, 25, 20, 10, 5. Touchdown, Breathitt County. And he made it look easy, Manus Blair.
Yeah, just a straight fly pattern. He went by Outlaw, who tried to put a little press coverage on him, went by Stidham, and Holland delivers the ball right on his numbers. And I think they put him in the game, and everybody kind of early in the game never saw him on the offensive side. They put him in, get relaxed, and he goes by him for the touchdown.
Yeah, Spurry's got a lot of athletic ability. He leaps really well. And
he didn't need to leap on that one.
No, hit right in the hand, and then he gets 4 or 5 yards in front of you, and then the game's over. Extra point coming up for the Bobcats, as Turry will try to add on to the point total here, and that one is off to the right.
Oh.
And we've got our first score in the game. Bobcats 6, Cougars will get the football back. Minute 8 to go, first quarter. Stay with us here on home.
TVS Cable has everything you need to stay entertained. Video services with all your favorite channels and local sports on Hometown 24. Ask about digital voice service for home and business. High-speed internet so you never fall behind in a game. There's something for all ages. We've got you covered. Sit back and enjoy everything TVS has to offer. Stay connected with TVS.
Welcome back. Minute 8 to go here in the first quarter, and I think someone may have sent us the roster. They want us to make sure we get all these young men's names in when they make a play.
I get my roster straight from Arbiter Live, and that's usually the AD or the head coach, and I did not see it, but we'll look on Ryhard's to see if Ryhard's has got it on. That's where it comes from.
We're going to find out who these.
Got a score, David. Perry Central and Martin County right now, 7-7 in the first quarter. So
I figured that'd be a pretty good football game. I just feel Perry's been playing well at home.
Oh,
you know.
And always do.
Yep. Here's the kickoff to the Cougars. Take on the 30. Fair catch called on the 30
that
by
was
the
Dawson
Cougars.
Kinser.
Yep. Kinser fair catches. So the Cougars will have it on really the 32-yard line. Yep. 1st and 10 right there. The Man Toyota at the half will be coming up at halftime, and we will talk about our scores minus. And if you've got your college score for tomorrow's UK and Ole Miss game, send it to me and minus. We will talk about it.
Yeah, because yours is just as good as mine.
Yeah, absolutely.
Your guess is just as good as mine.
Yep.
No 83, David, on the Ryhard's roster either. So
we got to find that out. Here's the handoff. Williams will take it right side, cut up at the 30, 35, 36-yard line. Second down coming up for the Cougars.
And that was number 52 for Breathitt that made the tackle. That was Colby Bird.
Dark clouds has come back in over
Don't
the
you
field,
even talk about dark clouds.
We hope the rain will stay away. We're hoping for that for all the fans. Had several drive up from Jackson, and Cougars brought a good crowd and a lot of power outages here in their main supplier.
Yeah, good crowd. Mountain Herds Festival going on.
Smith to the left, Ramsey to the right as the wideouts. Johnson will be in at the back, and he will take it left side and try to turn, and they met with him.
Nowhere to go, David.
But, you know, his strength got him back, got him a yard.
Got him back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, he would have lost 3, minus, if it wasn't for the strength of Kobe Johnson.
Yeah, and Breathitt had the edge, and they turned him back in there. I believe that was Braxton Turry turned him back and helped him on making the tackle. So, nice job by Breathitt County Bobcats.
And it looks like the Cougars will take a 30-second timeout. We will too. Stay with us. Friday Night Football.
Since 1962, Citizens Bank and Trust of Jackson has been proud to serve the community. They care about the people of Breathitt County and are the only locally owned bank in the community. With 2 branches in Jackson and 1 in Beattyville, they're never too far away when you need them. And with the latest innovations in banking, keeping track of your finances has never been easier. Helping to grow Breathitt County as leaders for over 60 years. That's Citizens Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Welcome back to Whitesburg, the home of the Cougars, Letcher County Central Cougars. Nice crowd tonight. Their score 6-0. Bobcats on a big pass to Spurry and gets them on the board as Austin gets the touchdown. The extra point was off to the right. Cougars with the football. And
And it was supposed to be homecoming for Letcher Central,
I
but
think
due to the
so.
weather, they
Yeah.
postponed it to October 25th. I'm sure some ladies probably were
tickled about that.
Or maybe the other way. They may not have been tickled.
But they didn't want to get out in
the
this
weather.
weather.
No.
37-yard line. Cougars, Holbrook fakes. Johnson will keep it, and right up the middle for the first down, and he all the way to the 46-yard line. Nice run by Johnson.
Holbrook held it, and I thought both of them were going to run together, but nice job up front blocking by Bingham and by Martin.
Smith wide out way here to the left. Look for him. He has good speed, and he may have the matchup he wants as the Bobcats. Combs will be assigned to him. In the backfield, it is Johnson again, and here it is, Smith. Right there at 45 down to the 42-yard line, and that was the matchup I thought they'd look at.
And, they are having a cushion, and Smith just went down, made a stop, turned around, and Holbrook had the ball in the air already, so nice play by the Cougars.
1st and 10 for the Cougars. Holbrook fakes the handoff, runs it right. He cuts up and will pick up 5, maybe 6 on the play. 2nd down coming up. Nice run by Holbrook off the right side.
And Barker came up from his safety position after Holbrook broke a tackle and saved him from gaining additional yardage.
Smith again over here to the left side. Look for him to eye that, Manus, as he's got his matchup he likes. Johnson will be the back. And still
Got to be careful about throwing it in Spurry's territory.
Absolutely. Left side he goes. Holbrook, he's looking. Smith's got it. He's at the 20. Good head fake. He may have a shot. Hits him and Spurry, but he's going to go. Touchdown from the 10-yard line out after Spurry tries to put the hand out there. And Smith juggles her in for the touchdown. It's their matchup,
Once again, Holbrook catches him in the gap, and then Smith does the rest. And two of the best athletes in the mountains right there, Brett Smith and Spurry.
Yep.
And he just had the angle and takes it in for the touchdown.
Both those guys can run a little bit.
Oh, you're darn right they can.
Extra point coming up is Adams will try to put this one through.
13 of 15 for the season.
And there's the kick, and it's good.
14 of 16.
Gets a point on there, and the Cougars will take the lead 7-6 on that. 10:31 to go, second quarter. When we come back, the Bobcats will have the football.
No one likes an uninvited guest, especially when that guest is a potentially dangerous pest. So call Bluegrass Pest Management and let the pros take care of your problem. Locally owned and operated for over 40 years, providing much-needed jobs to local people. With 3 locations in Hazard, London, and Hindman, they treat rats, mice, roaches, bed bugs, termites, and many more. Open Monday through Friday and now servicing all of Kentucky. Say goodbye to your uninvited guests today. Call Bluegrass Pest Management.
Welcome back to Whitesburg. 10:31 to go here in the second quarter. Want to remind everyone, in 2 weeks we'll be at Daniel Field for Hazard and Paintsville. Should be a dandy, so I hope you catch us then. And Manus, I hate to tell you this. I know we're with the football season right now, but my man, just take a nap and hits basketball season.
Well,
it won't be long.
Today was tickets for Big Blue Madness, and they sold out in 24 minutes. So a lot of excitement around Coach Pope and the UK basketball team.
Absolutely. Cougars will get ready to kick off here. And kick is in there. Bobcats will take it on the 17 up to the right side, head towards the middle of the field. He's got a gap there, a nice run back all the way to the 41-yard line. Goes number 1 for the Bobcats, and that's Thomas. And Thomas got a little speed there.
Had a gap, just for a second. I thought he may go the distance.
Yeah, absolutely.
But good field position by Breathitt County, and let's see what they come up with, and let's see where Spurry is lining up, and he's lining up all the way across from us.
Yep, John Holland will be on the right side for Breathitt County. Spurry will be on the left side And in the backfield for the Bobcats, Holland will be the quarterback, and he hands it off to number 9. That's Gibson up the left side, and he'll pick up close to the first down. May have it. If it's not, it's a foot. He may just like a foot, Manus Blair.
Nice job by the line of Breathitt County. Miller, and he led the entourage that pushed them all the way out through there, and also that was Hall, who led the blocking and opened up the gap.
First and 10, as that was a first down. Holland will.
There comes the flag, jumping off sides, David.
Left tackle.
Nope. I believe that they called it for jumping in the neutral zone. May have made contact.
Okay.
So I'm not really sure.
Anyway, it gives the Bobcats 5 free ones, and it'll be first down and 5 to go, and this will change your play calling.
Yeah, notice on Spurry, they're backing off of him now as Outlaw backs off.
Holland, he looks it in there, caught by the Bobcats all the way down to the 31, and that was number 13. That's Barker for Breathitt County. Austin Barker, he's a junior, playing that wide receiver spot at that time.
Nice throw by Holland. Just turned around, and there was the football.
Yep. Frank Fletcher, Henry B. Combs, I hope you all are doing well. Wide outs each way. Spurry B to the right, and he's got his matchup, Manus Blair.
Yeah, and you'll see that to the wide side of the field.
And as it comes around on the misdirection, reverse, and Thomas is dropped right there with a gain of maybe 2, 3.
Yeah.
Minus.
And you know, if Outlaw does not make that tackle, he had number 52, Bird, leading him, and that would have probably gone to the house.
You are right, my friend.
So nice play by Jed Outlaw.
Yep, Spurry will go left side this time as Holland John will come over here to the right side, and also Thomas will line up, and it's handoff. And right up the gut it goes to Gibson, and he picks up maybe another 4, possibly a 5, as third down comes into play. Third and about 4.
And you're going to see probably 4-down territory from
I
this
would
point
think
on.
so. I would think so.
Brody Griffith had the tackle in the back when he was able to shift and move and get that yardage.
Yep. Clock running, getting close to 8 minutes until the half. Holland will get ready with his, and he hands it off. Gibson left side, and he's going to pick up 2 or 3 more, and it looks like about 4th down and 2 to go for the Bobcats.
And our camera people have said it's 18.5 inches.
Oh, they're measuring now.
Yes,
Well, the fan cam, look out. It's on the screen up there.
Yep.
I'm glad they've got that in. The fans get away, have a big time.
Mason Stevens came up and made that tackle. Let's see what the Bobcats go with.
You can bet this is a direct snap to Gibson. He goes left side.
Oh, it's going to be close.
It's going to be close, and he gets the first down as he picked up 3 on the carry to the left side. And Gibson, tough runner for the Bobcats.
I guess you don't call that the Wildcat. You'd have to call it the Bobcat.
Right.
He lines up back there.
Lines up and direct snap to the young man and gets the job done.
This time Spurry's to the short side of the field, David.
Yeah, and that's when he got the football last time, wasn't it?
Yes, he was.
And here's the handoff to number 20. That's Barnett, and he picks up 3, almost 4 on that carry. Second down coming up.
Kept moving the pile.
Bobcats.
You know, when you've got the Bobcats, pretty hefty boys up there. They're moving that pile, moving that front line in the trenches.
Gibson will be the back in the backfield. Also, Thomas will line up with Holland. There's the fake, and there's the catch, and all the way down to the 3 maybe.
He acted
Called
like
him
he wasn't down, but they called him down, and then I saw a flag come in there,
That
David.
was Thomas catching the football.
Made a good catch.
And wasn't sure he did go down, to be honest.
Let's see what the call is going to be, David. Face mask, maybe?
And it's going to be half the distance. And
targeting. It was targeting. I'm not really sure who they called it on. I did not hear.
Yeah, the ball is on the 2-yard line.
Yeah,
so
half the distance was the call, and first down.
Yep. Holland will take the ball, snap it over to number 1. That's Thomas, and Thomas gets in 2 yards out off the left side for the touchdown for the Bobcats. That will put the Bobcats at 12, and Cougars 7 right now, extra point coming up, and I would think they'll go for 2 this time.
I believe they will. I don't see Braxton Turry coming out, even though Braxton has done a really good job of kicking this year. So I think they're trying to make up that missed extra point here.
Yes. So they will have Gibson lined up beside of Holland and look for him to get the mail.
We'll see right away.
Yep, here's the handoff. Holland goes back, and no time, and the Cougars, good defense that time, pursuit to put pressure on Holland and get him. So, nice score, though, by the Bobcats if they add some more points on the board, and they lead 12-7 with 6:09 to go in the second quarter. We'll be back.
If you're looking for a convenient pharmacy location with a friendly, caring staff, look no further than Heinemann Pharmacy, located inside the new Heinemann Primary Care Center. Our pharmacy is open Monday through Friday from 8:30 to 6:30, but always stays open until the last patient is seen. Whether you need to pick up your refills in our drive-thru, need a flavored medicine for your little ones, or something to feel better after a visit to the clinic, the Heinemann Pharmacy inside Primary Care has got you covered. Located at 425 Heinemann Bypass. Call the Heinemann Pharmacy at 785-0513.
Welcome back to Whitesburg, 6:09, 12-7 our score. Prairie Central and Martin County is tied at 7.
Prairie Central just scored a touchdown.
It's
14-7 now, Prairie Central.
14-7, big score there for the Commodores.
They're in the second quarter with 10 minutes to go.
Yep, and we'll holler at Mr. Harold Combs, former coach of the Dukes Combs Panthers.
Yep.
Manus Blair.
He never hollered at me a whole lot when I refereed for him. Just a little
Harrison
bit.
Bailey, always looking in all as well. Those guys, big sports fans.
They sure are.
And here's the kickoff as the Cougars will go for the fair catch on the 36-yard line. Good field position, close to the 37. 1st and 10 for the Cougars.
And you can see that that's their intent. Dawson Kinser the last time and Connor Hall this time making a fair catch. Good field position still for the Cougars.
Nice crowd, made it out even though the weather has been tough. All week we've had rain, but
good for salamanders and lizards, as I said today.
Johnson will be the guy lining up way to the left for the Cougars as Holbrook will hand it off to Williams. He bounced right side, got a little room. He makes a turn. He's at the 40, and he's got away. He is 10-5 touchdown Cougars as he did not go out of bounds. And the Cougars come back to take the lead. Manus Blair, and it took them about 10 seconds.
How many tackles? He at least broke 3 in Breathitt County trying to arm tackle rather than hit him with his shoulders, and he just bounced off of him and took it to the house.
Yeah, Bobcats had an opportunity to make that tackle, no question
Spurry
about it.
was the first one that had an opportunity, and he missed him, and then I did not see who the other – I think it was Barker.
Emma Adams will come on for the extra point. It's 13-12 Cougars, and it's up, and Emma is right down the center of the goalpost. 14-12 our score. When we come back, the Bobcats will have the football.
This is the 4th app. I don't remember any of these passwords.
With so many subscriptions, it can be impossible to keep up.
Who said that?
Don't worry about who I am. Worry about all the money you're losing paying for all these subscriptions.
I have to use like 13 to watch all the shows I want to watch.
Then sign up for TVS. With TVS, you have all your favorite shows with just one bill. So stop throwing away money and throw away those subscriptions.
Magellan, what should we do with all this money we save by switching to TVS?
Welcome back. 5:59 to go. Manus 14-12. Cougars. It's the game we thought it'd be.
Oh, I said all along that it would be a close game. They'd come down to the last possession, and the way it's playing out, David, I believe that's what we're going to have.
Yeah. You know, both these teams here, two good teams in their viewing area, no question about it. And you put Hazard and Purry in there with them. And
you know, the thing about it is you had Hazard and Breathitt, very close game. You had Letcher Central and Hazard, very close game. So you would assume Breathitt, Letcher Central,
yeah,
close
paper,
game.
You'd have a close game.
Yeah.
Cougars will get ready to kick off. Ball's in the air as the Bobcats go back. Bobbles it a little bit, picks it up, 25-30, makes a turn. Got a little room, and the flag goes out about at the 26-yard line. The ball ends up on the 41. We'll see what the call is as Thomas running the football back for Breathitt County on the return.
Illegal block in the back, David.
So,
once again, Thomas had space and room there.
He did. Thomas, good runner. He got a real good cut about him.
Yeah.
And
shifty.
He protects the ball. He's got good speed. So, Bobcats.
And he's a freshman.
Yeah.
He's a freshman.
Nice
so,
player.
Breathitt County has a lot to look forward to.
Yes, they do. 24-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Bobcats. Plenty time, 5:54 until the half. Holland will be the quarterback. Holland, a young player himself, folks. He's only a freshman. So
there you go.
Bobcats, very, very young. Here's the throw, and it goes to Spurry, and it was too high as Spurry could not get that one in. 2nd down coming up for Breathitt County.
Got to be careful when you're throwing from this side all the way across. But Holland looks to have that type of arm that can make that kind of throw. Just a little bit high to Spurry.
Yep. Smith is also paying a little attention to Mr. Spurry, along with Outlaw. Wideouts each way. Holland looks, still looking, moves to the right side of the field, and the pass is
overthrown.
Overthrown and too high, and not much chance there for number 9 Gibson of the Bobcats that time.
Pressure being put on by Kobe Johnson.
Yep. Johnson's that linebacker, moves well, big guy, and you know, if you're the Bobcats right now, you may want to go back to Gibson and give him that block on that outside that he's ran 2 of those, Manus, and got big yardage.
And you notice that they brought Spurry once again to the short side over here.
Yep.
And there's no help over the top here.
And it looks like Coach Moore would want to talk for 30 seconds, and we'll leave it here for 30 seconds. And
Perry Central kicks a field goal, and they're up now 17-7 on Martin County with 7 minutes to go in the 2nd quarter.
Hazard
haven't picked up a score from Hazard yet.
Much improved team from last year. Manus Blair.
Yeah. And, you know, the thing about it is everybody's getting fine-tuned for that district games coming up. And these games mean something, but they don't mean as much as those district games for district seeding and whatnot.
Coach Dixon down at Perry Central, another team that continues to improve and play hard as the season goes.
The running game of Perry Central is what their forte is right now. And if you can't stop the run against Perry Central, you're gonna struggle. You're gonna struggle, and it's a physical brand of football that Coach Dixon has brought to Prairie Central this year.
Absolutely. Wideouts each way. Spurry to the small side of the field as Holland looks. He gets it off. Spurry's got it. He's at the 30 and goes out of bounds at the 35-yard line. It's a first down.
And if in doubt, you go to Spurry.
Yeah.
And it's really hard. If you press coverage him and he gets by and you don't play him over the top, he's a nightmare to have to deal with. So as he goes out of – no, he's not out. He's in the slot.
Empty backfield this time as Gibson will move from back of the backfield with Holland up on just off the line as Holland will look to put this in the air, and it's almost intercepted as number 11 Combs could not hang on to it. It's about a 7-yard pass, but went through his hand.
He just put a little bit of mustard on that throw.
Yep. Second down coming up. Clock will stop there on the incomplete pass at 5:35.
And I'm sure if you talk to Combs, he'd say, I should have caught the football.
He had an opportunity, no question about it, in the hands. So, you know. 2 wideouts each way. Gibson will take the handoff right off of left guard, still going, and manages to get 6, almost 7 out of the carry.
Run right through the tackle of Garrett Howard that time, and he's a sure tackler. So nice job by Gibson keeping his legs moving all the way through.
Third down coming up for the Bobcats. And with Gibson back there running football, Jaden, who has had a good night, and we had mentioned he is a junior running the football, and he's going to get an opportunity again as
he just bowls over him, David.
Yeah, I mean, he's about a foot short.
Yep.
So it's going to be 4th down and about a foot. And if you're Coach Moore,
you're going for it.
You're going for it.
You're exactly right. They've gone up for the 4th down, and Gibson's averaging around 6 yards a carry, David, on the season. So
I look for
you can see why. You can see why.
I look for him to, as the Bobcats trying to get Coach Moore trying to get his play called in. Holland will take it, hand it off, and
it's going to be close. Me and you are looking right down at the 45-yard line, and where they're placing the football, he did not make it.
He did not make it, and
boy, that was big. And they went with Barnett that time instead of Gibson. And, you know, Barnett, I'll have to give Barnett last week against Hazard did, in those situations, made those plays. So, you know, Coach Moore decided to go with him, and nice job by the Cougars making the stop. And I did not see it was a host of Cougars that made the tackle, got under him.
1st and 10 for the Cougars, 4:17 to go. A great field position, ball on the 44, wideouts. 3 to the left, 1 to the right. Williams will be the back as he will take the handoff, nowhere to go. In fact, he lost 2 yards.
Yeah.
And I probably stopped a little too quick, man, as he made his cut, got the football, but
Abner had his leg, and he just was unable to get away from him like he did on his last run. So nice job by Abner getting in there and getting penetration against the Cougars.
Yep. 1 wide out to the right. Williams will be the back as he is set to the left side of Holbrook. Smith is lined up in the slot. Here we go as Johnson will be the blocker.
Got the outside.
And Williams will pick up a 1st down as he gets it down to the 33, and it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Cougars. 3.5 minutes to go until the half.
Yeah, looking to run that clock out and get a touchdown right here and give no time for Breathitt County. Center Willie Martin was all the way down 10 yards in front of Williams to help making the block for him.
Cougars, Smith and Johnson to the far left over here as Williams will line up beside of Holbrook. As Holbrook will get his play, and I think the Cougars will switch this play. Bobcats 7 in on the line. Manus Blair as the handoff. Williams
open
left
territory.
side. He may go 10-5 touchdown. Quentin Williams for the Cougars, and he made it look easy after he made the left cut, Manus, and come off that side. Cougars go ahead 20-12 with 2:58 to go until the half.
Nice blocking by the Cougars on the play and led him through, and then he had open territory. I believe I could have ran that one in after the nice blocking by the Cougars, but nice job once again by Williams, and he hits pay dirt for the second time, David.
Absolutely. Emma Adams coming, getting ready to, will it be 3 in a row? And I think so, as that one's down the middle too. And Adams puts that in straight through there, Emma does, and it will be 21-12. We're going to take a break with 2:58 Bobcats ball when we come back.
In Kentucky, we understand what matters: family, friends, community. But sometimes we hurt. At Mountain Comprehensive Care Center, we believe in hope, and Mountain's behavioral health professionals want to be there for you every step of the way. Together, we can overcome the challenges of depression, PTSD, addiction, and so much more. With behavioral health centers throughout Kentucky, your story of recovery begins at Mountain Comprehensive Care Center.
Welcome back to Letcher County Central High School. 21-12 our score. And Quentin Williams taking it to the house, Manus Blair.
Oh, definitely. And running with, once he opened up the jets, he was gone.
Now, if you're Bobcats, you've got 2:58. You need a score. You get a score. The game's back in play. And
they got plenty of time.
They got plenty of time. And if you're the Cougars, you want to stop the Bobcats from adding any points.
Keep that momentum going into halftime, yes.
So let's see if the Bobcats can make it turn. Back for Breathitt County will be Thomas and
I believe that's Spencer.
I
believe.
Far left.
Yes.
Far left will be Spencer. And here comes the Cougar kick, and it will go out of bounds, and it looks like the Bobcats will have the football on the 35 unless they want it kicked again, and I think
they do.
I would take it at 35, wouldn't you?
Yeah. Jackson Meade trying to make the pooch kick, but just kicked it got a little bit too much of it as it went out of bounds.
Yes, indeed.
And once again, I want to say that I have never seen in a high school game a better onside kick than Jackson Meade made against Hazard.
Yeah.
And
that was a dandy.
I don't believe I've seen a better one in the games that I've watched.
Bobcats with a football. Turry is in now, short side of the field for the Bobcats. As Holland trying to get away and nowhere to
Brody
go.
Griffith was not fooled, and I think that might have been a busted play.
Yep, I think so too, because Holland had no time that time to decide. Took 2 steps, and Griffith said hello.
Yeah, and tried to get away from him, but he was unable to get away from him. Griffith just back after being injured in the Hazard game, and glad to see him out along with the Kobe Johnson. So let's see how much time that Breathitt County will take, David.
Absolutely. Maybe Bull Creech will join us at halftime.
Well, yeah.
We'll get his opinion on this high school football season. And Spurry will get around to the 30 on that catch, and it's going to be third down coming up for the Cougars.
A nice job of Spurry
or
getting
the Bobcats,
out of bounds.
rather. Yeah, he did a nice job. He caught it, and he wanted to save time on the clock, and he got that done.
Bobcats have 2 timeouts, but
third and a long way to go for the Bobcats.
And let's see, in the middle of the field for is Dawson Kinser. Got to be careful here. You don't have anybody over the top, and you know what they may do, David.
Oh, yeah, and it's coming as here's the pass.
There it is.
And there it is, and it's at the 40, 35, down to about the 29-yard line, 28-yard line. First down, and
it was like they let him go, Thomas. He was in the slot, and they let him go, and he picks up a critical third down conversion for the Bobcats. Just a blown coverage. And that's what you get when you've got Spurry on the same side, too. Everybody's attention will go towards Spurry.
John Holland, receiver to the left, Spurry to the right. Gibson will also be in, but he'll go to slot. And here comes Holland. He's looking down. He's got a shot, and there it is. And the pass is caught up around the 18-yard line, and that'll be first down for the Bobcats.
And that's a tough throw, especially for a freshman. Rolling out to the left, throws it back and throws it with accuracy where the only person can catch it is the wideout.
Holland and Barker will line up to the right. Thomas, Spurry to the left. Look out, Mr. Spurry may get some action right here. Also, Holland back. He's got a pass.
Oh, and did he
his
come down with
off.
it? No, they're going to say it hit the
Incomplete.
ground.
Yep. I like the kid's effort. Still, Bobcats will have it. Second down coming up.
And he misread it and threw it behind Barker, and Smith almost came down with the interception.
You are right, Manus Blair. Minute 10 in the quarter.
Got one deep safety, and that's Dawson Kinser for the Cougars.
Holland back. Here's the pass.
Screen.
It's caught. Nice screen pass to number 9, and that's Gibson, and the ball
gets
is
away,
loose.
and I don't know who got it.
And we've not seen a signal or a sign yet. And they may think it is.
It's going to be Cougar football, David.
Cougar football. And
big hit by Dawson Kinser. His helmet hit right on the football, and I did not see who came up with the fumble recovery.
Big crowd over. It's a
nice call.
Yeah.
Nice call by Coach Moore.
It was. He got what he wanted there.
Oh,
just
yeah.
did not hang on to the football.
So now here with 58 seconds, David, what
well,
do you take a knee?
Well, I think you're going to.
Or give it to Williams and see if he can make it a trifecta in the first half.
You're going to run it. I mean, Johnson's back there with him. Two backs now as Williams and Johnson switch sides. And it comes up the left side.
Oh,
Johnson's got
two good blocks.
20, 25, 30, and all the way up to the 42-yard line.
Nice blocks, but there's a flag on the play.
Let's see, the flag's around the 23, and
I'm not sure if it was on one of the blocks, but there was two good blocks, one by Cummings as he was coming out, and then another one by, looked like Brett Smith made another one, and I think Brett Smith's block is the one that they're talking about.
So that will go back.
As Coach Matthews says, that's two you've missed. And I did not see what the infraction was really, but I know Cummings' block was a dandy.
Yep.
And sorry I talked over you that time, David.
You go right ahead, my friend. 13-yard line is where the Cougars will end up with a football after the penalty yards are marked off. And off to, and nowhere to go that time. Waiting, somebody was right there waiting, and that was Tolson for.
And he's excited.
Yeah, for that tackle. And
back in the 80s and 90s, that would have gotten you a unsportsmanlike behavior call.
Yeah, clock running at 25.
Wait a minute.
And let's see what we have here. And
I think it's a timeout, David.
It is going to be a timeout for Breathitt County. We'll take one as well. 21-12 our score. We'll be right back.
See a penny? Pick it up. and head to Appalachian Wireless and buy a new iPhone 13. One little old penny for an iPhone 13. Choose a 2-year contract or on the Mix and Match or Unlimited plan. Staying connected never goes out of style, and we make it easy with a new iPhone 13 for just a penny. Terms and conditions do apply. Visit AppalachianWireless.com for details. We are you. We are Appalachian Wireless.
Great communities attract talented people to live, work, and raise their families. We're committed to delivering future-proof broadband so our friends, families, and neighbors can live rich lives in smart rural communities across America. Your community is our community. We're your rural broadband partners. You do great things. We make great things possible.
Welcome back. 24 seconds till half. 21-12 our score. Cougars.
And, a nice tackle there by Tosin. And I'm sure they're going to use this last time out.
Absolutely. Holbrook to the right side. Here's the throw. It's caught. Cougars with a little catch there. Smith, is it? Or I'm trying to pick his number up.
That was Speedy.
Speedy.
Yep.
And looks like the Cougars will take a timeout this time.
A little bit of extracurricular activity after the tackle.
Yes, it was.
But no flag. And a timeout is called. I think timeout was called by Letcher Central after the first down.
It was. They're going to take the timeout. There's 15 seconds on the clock. Cougars 21-12. 15 seconds.
Do you take a knee?
First and 10.
Or do you just run something?
I mean, you're going to run something. You might want to run Williams behind Johnson this time.
So you're not going to be conservative?
No, you're going to play, You're going to play.
Okay.
Yeah.
I agree with you.
Yeah. I mean, I look for, Coach Matthews. He's the time he needed a big play, he had Johnson doing the blocking and Smith, and he had Williams running the football.
And there's that inside that soft zone. They found Gavin in that soft zone, and we'll see what else they do here and see if Breathitt County plays just a little bit deeper, and looks like the safeties have backed up just a wee bit.
Holbrook will get his play called from the side, from the coaching staff of the Cougars. Wideouts each way. Williams will be the back beside of Holbrook. Holbrook takes snap, drops back, comes up. Here's the throw. It's going to be incomplete and out of bounds with 10 seconds on the clock. And we have a flag back on the 16.
I think that was called on the left tackle. I think that was called on Trip Stamper.
So now I would probably either
hand it off to Williams.
Hand it off to Williams or Johnson. Let them get a couple yards and go on in to the, because this could very easily be the last play of the half.
Yeah.
And why not? It looks like Williams will be the back to the right side, and I look for him to get the football and try to run this clock on out. And there's the fake to him. There's the throw. It is caught, and that will take it up to the 30-yard line, and that was number 6 for the Cougars. That's Stidham. Stidham with a nice catch.
He's a little bit behind him. He made a good catch there.
Yeah.
They did not listen to you, David.
He didn't that time. He's gambling. He's gambled tonight, Bana Splair.
That's that aggressiveness that Winston talked about on Before the Whistle about last weekend.
Well, listen, he's going end zone this time. Holbrook's going to throw it deep. You can bet on it.
I would bet that Spurry will be right back here in the 30 yards away back here. So
yeah,
they can throw it in front of him, but I don't think they're going to get behind him.
Spurry with that jumping ability and leaping. So
raw athletic ability that we see him on the football and the basketball court. So we'll see what they have drawn up. I saw their Hal Mummy board down there where they drew some stuff up. No, I'm just kidding. But let's see what transpires here, David.
Well, you see wideouts as Smith and Johnson are on the right, and here's the throw. It goes to Smith, 35-40, and down he goes at the 43, 47-yard line. And that's going to be the last play of the half. Yes, it is.
Yep.
So that will end the first half. 21-12 our score. Cougars leading. And we may have a play. I don't think so.
They're asking for one more, that there was 1 second on the clock, and the officials are going to get together, and here's the call, and it's going to be halftime.
Yep, it's going to be.
So that's going to do it, looks like, David.
Yeah, I think so. I think that is. So we'll take a break. When we come back, we'll have the man Toyota at the half. We'll talk about scores in the area. Prairie Central leading 31-7 over Martin County. And when we come back, we'll talk about area scores and about this game as well. Stay with us. 21-12 our score.
Nestled in the mountains of Appalachia, along the Purpose Road, is a hidden gem, Alice Lloyd College. For 100 years, ALC has been providing opportunities.
Opportunity to learn from the best.
Opportunity to work for my education.
Opportunity to serve my community.
Opportunity to become a leader.
Opportunity to find my life's purpose.
Apply now to find your purpose at Alice Lloyd College.
What keeps you going? Your love for the game? Your teammates? A victory? At ARH Orthopedics, our goal is to keep you pain-free so your body can keep going. There's no time for discomfort in your joints or ligaments caused by an injury. ARH Orthopedic providers specialize in treatment plans, from non-surgical and surgical options, so your care is entirely centered around you. Visit arh.org/ortho to find an orthopedic provider near you. ARH, more for Appalachia.
For over 100 years, the Bank of Hyman has been committed to serving our community and serving the future of our families, homes, and businesses. With our new convenient online banking, viewing your account balance and history, transferring money, and paying bills has never been easier or more secure. And with the construction of our new headquarters, we've renewed our promise to Hyman to stand by our customers even in troubling economic times, because we're not just your bank, we're your neighbors. That's the Bank of Hyman. Log on to www.bankofhyman.com or give us a call at 606-785-3158.
No matter what town or community you live in, there's a Tim Short dealership nearby. That's because our family of dealerships are dedicated to serving the folks throughout Eastern Kentucky. Our employees are your friends and neighbors, helping to support the local economy and provide safe and affordable transportation to everyone that shops the family of Tim Short dealerships. Our entire inventory can be found with the click of a button at timshortautogroup.com. Visit us online and join the thousands of customers that took the short drive to satisfaction today.
Hi, I'm attorney David Johnson. You may recognize me from some of our other ads, but injuries from an auto accident are no joking matter. With over 25 years of experience, our offices have the resources and expertise to go head-to-head with big insurance. While most of our cases get resolved without going to court, trust me, they know if the attorney you choose will take it this far. Either way, our clients get paid. So for all your legal needs, get the pros on your side.
Home sweet home. At First Federal Savings and Loan of Hazard, we've been providing our friends and neighbors the sweet dream of homeownership since 1960. We're proud to support the community we work and live in. That's why we take so much pride in providing competitive rates, low closing costs, and quick turnaround by local decision makers. Investing and growing our community is what we do. At First Federal Savings and Loan of Hazard, we believe that there's no place like our home. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Just want to watch the game.
That turn on the ceiling fan Use the gray remote, hit power, then input.
It's not working.
That's the silver one.
It might be difficult to understand what all the remotes on your coffee table do. But with a Kentucky Farm Bureau agent in every county, at least it's easy to get great insurance. Kentucky Farm Bureau, big on commitment.
Next time, I'll just go to the game.
A lot has changed in 100 years. We've gone from the Model T to the electric car, from silent film to home theaters, and from the telegram to the iPhone. And through it all, People's Bank and Trust of Hazard has been there for local people. From paper checks to debit cards, from wire transfers to online banking, People's Bank has maintained a tradition of service while embracing the future for your financial needs. Celebrating a century of service to the mountains. People's Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
TVS Cable has everything you need to stay entertained. Video services with all your favorite channels and local sports on Hometown 24. Ask about digital voice service for home and business. High-speed internet so you never fall behind in a game. There's something for all ages. We've got you covered. Sit back and enjoy everything TVS has to offer. Stay connected with TVS.
Since 1962, Citizens Bank and Trust of Jackson has been proud to serve the community. They care about the people of Breathitt County and are the only locally owned bank in the community. With 2 branches in Jackson and 1 in Beattyville, they're never too far away when you need them. And with the latest innovations in banking, keeping track of your finances has never been easier. Helping to grow Breathitt County as leaders for over 60 years. That's Citizens Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
No one likes an uninvited guest, especially when that guest is a potentially dangerous pest. So call Bluegrass Pest Management and let the pros take care of your problem. Locally owned and operated for over 40 years, providing much-needed jobs to local people. With 3 locations in Hazard, London, and Hindman, they treat rats, mice, roaches, bed bugs, termites, and many more. Open Monday through Friday and now servicing all of Kentucky. Say goodbye to your uninvited guests today. Call Bluegrass Pest Management.
If you're looking for a convenient pharmacy location with a friendly, caring staff, look no further than Hindman Pharmacy, located inside the new Hindman Primary Care Center. Our pharmacy is open Monday through Friday from 8:30 to 6:30, but always stays open until the last patient is seen. Whether you need to pick up your refills in our drive-thru, need a favorite medicine for your little ones, or something to feel better after a visit to the clinic, the Hindman Pharmacy inside Primary Care has got you covered. Located at 425 Hindman Bypass. Call the Hindman Pharmacy at 785-0513.
This is the 4th app. I don't remember any of these passwords.
With so many subscriptions, it can be impossible to keep up.
Who said that?
Don't worry about who I am. Worry about all the money you're losing paying for all these subscriptions.
I have to use like 13 to watch all the shows I want to watch.
Then sign up for TVS. With TVS, you have all your favorite shows with just one bill. So stop throwing away money and throw away those subscriptions.
Magellan, what should we do with all this money we save by switching to TVS?
In Kentucky, we understand what matters. Family, friends, community. But sometimes, we hurt. At Mountain Comprehensive Care Center, we believe in hope, and Mountain's behavioral health professionals want to be there for you every step of the way. Together, we can overcome the challenges of depression, PTSD, addiction, and so much more. With behavioral health centers throughout Kentucky, your story of recovery begins at Mountain Comprehensive Care Center.
See a penny? Pick it up and head to Appalachian Wireless and buy a new iPhone 13. 1 little penny for an iPhone 13. Choose a 2-year contract or on the Mix and Match Unlimited plan. Staying connected never goes out of style, and we make it easy with a new iPhone 13 for just a penny. Terms and conditions do apply. Visit AppalachianWireless.com for details. We are you. We are Appalachian Wireless.
Great communities attract talented people to live, work, and raise their families. We're committed to delivering future-proof broadband so our friends, families, and neighbors can live rich lives in smart rural communities across America. Your community is our community. We're your rural broadband partners. You do great things. We make great things possible.
Nestled in the mountains of Appalachia, along the Purpose Road, is a hidden gem, Alice Lloyd College. For 100 years, ALC has been providing opportunities.
Opportunity to learn from the best.
Opportunity to work for my education.
Opportunity to serve my community.
Opportunity to become a leader.
Opportunity to find my life's purpose.
Apply now to find your purpose at Alice Lloyd College.
What keeps you going? Your love for the game? Your teammates? A victory? At ARH Orthopedics, our goal is to keep you pain-free so your body can keep going. There's no time for discomfort in your joints or ligaments caused by an injury. ARH Orthopedic providers specialize in treatment plans, from non-surgical and surgical options, so your care is entirely centered around you. Visit arh.org/ortho to find an orthopedic provider near you. ARH, more for Appalachia.
For over 100 years, the Bank of Hyman has been committed to serving our community and serving the future of our families, homes, and businesses. With our new convenient online banking, viewing your account balance and history, transferring money, and paying bills has never been easier or more secure. And with the construction of our new headquarters, we've renewed our promise to Hyman to stand by our customers even in troubling economic times, because we're not just your bank, we're your neighbors. That's the Bank of Hyman. Log on to www.bankofhyman.com or give us a call at 606-785-3158.
No matter what town or community you live in, there's a Tim Short dealership nearby. That's because our family of dealerships are dedicated to serving the folks throughout Eastern Kentucky. Our employees are your friends and neighbors, helping to support the local economy and provide safe and affordable transportation to everyone that shops the family of Tim Short dealerships. Our entire inventory can be found with the click of a button at timshortautogroup.com. Visit us online and join the thousands of customers that took the short drive to satisfaction today.
Welcome back to Whitesburg, home of the Cougars. We're at halftime. The Man Toyota at the Hive. Thank you for joining us. Manus Blair, Bull Creech, and me, Dave Adams, and all the hometown crew as we here at the Hive. 21-12 our score as the Cougars are leading Manus Blair.
You know, when you got down to it, and I was trying to get a drink of water in between that, David.
Oh, you got to take one for the team, man.
And we have Bull Creech with us, and of course, Bull is the one of the voices of WXKQ here in Whitesburg, and of course, I think I kind of handpicked him one time to take place of a guy that's loud and sometimes wasn't a very good announcer. That person being me.
I fit in perfectly, didn't I?
Yeah, but. What can you say about these Cougars that, you know, we don't see them every weekend? What can you say about these Cougars that are they whipping themselves into shape, and talk a little bit about some of the things that maybe we don't see?
Well, you know, this is my, I guess, third year of covering them regular, and the staple of Coach Matthews' teams is they improve every game.
Yeah.
He plays young kids. He gets some snaps, he gets some experience, and he starts getting contributions out of them at a pretty young age, and he brings them along. He really does. And all the coaches, not just junior. I mean, you go right down the list of them here. You have Joey Cancer and Logan Johnson, Cody Hawkins, Gavin Howard, Isaiah Bentley, Joe Adams, Eric Holbrook, Cade Holland, and Ray Dixon. And you know, if you're not in practice on the team bus and in the locker room, you really don't understand the full concept of what. But what we see is the production on the field,
right.
And they do a great job at molding kids and bringing them up at the right time and getting a lot of production out of them.
Yeah, and you know, when you follow a team like you guys, you and Michael Watts. When you follow them as the local radio people, you get really close.
You do.
To some of the players, and you know, when they feel hurt, you feel hurt.
Yep.
When they cry, you cry, and that's something that when Kevin Day and those people, the station manager at WXKQ, and those people talk about Letcher County, I listen to you guys when I'm not doing anything. I listen to you guys, and you know, the pride that you have in covering a particular team is it shows. It shows.
Well, thank you. We love what we're doing.
Oh,
Kevin has been in it, you know, much longer than any of us.
Yeah.
And I think that's me and you and Mr. Adams and Michael here. We have a love for the game, but you said it, we grow close to the kids.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
And that's what you remember is the relationships.
Right.
And I can't thank Kevin enough for giving me the opportunity to be part of this. We're having a tough time tonight. Michael has, I think he's splitting an atom over here and coming up with his own power source. But we're trying. But anyway, it's just a pleasure. I look forward to all the games. And I know you all feel the same way. You're old mountain boys. That sports is who we are.
Yeah, and, you know, the thing about it is, too, when you come up on this hill and you're looking at the football program and those kinds of things and how much money that our people up in Letcher County and throughout, and as me and David goes throughout the region, we see how much money has been put into children, and that makes you feel good about the sports programs and in the 14th region area.
Absolutely. That's why I try to do this around campus. You know, let's tell people about the volleyball teams and the soccer teams.
Because a lot of times the minor sports are kind of, and you and I both played on so-called minor sports in our time, and but the kids are the ones that we give the exposure to, and you guys give the exposure to.
Promote the kids. I agree.
And that's what it's all about. And we appreciate you, brother.
Well, I thank you.
Jumping on here and everything. I hope you get everything going again. Hopefully we ain't talking so loud that it comes across to you and everything. But
we're all crammed in here, you know, and
that says a whole lot about Breathitt County and Letcher Central, that you've got a whole group of people interested in doing their football games.
And I will say, I appreciate you. You're standing so that I may sit and spread out a little bit. We're in here pretty tight, but we're all getting done. I appreciate you guys talking with me.
I appreciate you too. And when we come back, we'll have the second half, and we'll have a few scores from halftime. So stay with us.
Hi, I'm attorney David Johnson. You may recognize me from some of our other ads, but injuries from an auto accident are no joking matter. With over 25 years of experience, our offices have the resources and expertise to go head-to-head with big insurance. While most of our cases get resolved without going to court, trust me, they know if the attorney you choose will take it this far. Either way, our clients get paid. So for all your legal needs, get the pros on your side.
Home sweet home. At First Federal Savings and Loan of Hazard, we've been providing our friends and neighbors the sweet dream of homeownership since 1960. We're proud to support the community we work and live in. That's why we take so much pride in providing competitive rates, low closing costs, and quick turnaround by local decision makers. Investing and growing our community is what we do. At First Federal Savings and Loan of Hazard, we believe that there's no place like our home. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Just want to watch the game.
Dad, turn on the ceiling fan. Use the gray remote. Hit power, then input.
It's not working.
That's the silver one.
It might be difficult to understand what all the remotes on your coffee table do. But with a Kentucky Farm Bureau agent in every county, at least it's easy to get great insurance. Kentucky Farm Bureau, big on commitment.
Next time, I'll just go to the game.
A lot has changed in 100 years. We've gone from the Model T to the electric car, from silent film to home theaters, and from the telegram to the iPhone. And through it all, People's Bank and Trust of Hazard has been there for local people. From paper checks to debit cards, from wire transfers to online banking, People's Bank has maintained a tradition of service while embracing the future for your financial needs. Celebrating a century of service to the mountains. People's Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
TVS Cable has everything you need to stay entertained. Video services with all your favorite channels and local sports on Hometown 24. Ask about digital voice service for home and business. High-speed internet so you never fall behind in a game. There's something for all ages. We've got you covered. Sit back and enjoy everything TVS has to offer. Stay connected with TVS.
Welcome back to Letcher County Central High School. We're getting ready to start the third quarter. It's 21-12 our score. Letcher Central leading over the Bobcats. And I want to thank Bull Creek for joining us, the Man Toyota at the half, and want to thank Man for their sponsorship of our halftime show. And Manus, Prairie Central still leading.
Prairie Central still up 31-7. Did not get a score on Hazard and Corbin yet. Still try to keep that.
Yeah. And we'll check in as soon as we get a score from there. But the Commodores still doing a pretty good job down there at Commodore Field, still leading there. And we're getting close to getting started back here with the third quarter. Mountain Heritage Festival is going on in downtown Whitesburg, Manus Blair.
It definitely is, and I'm sure that they would expect a lot of people to come down. You know, that's their major fundraiser.
Yeah.
For the whole year in some cases, and, you know, if people don't come down and buy off of them, and not that I'm saying not buy off McDonald's or Wendy's or whatever, but it's a big, just like the Honey Festival in Jackson, just like the Gingerbread Festival and Hyman, Black Gold and Hazard, you know. Those people need your money if you can.
Yeah,
and if you're watching from Whitesburg or in the Whitesburg area after the game, go on down there and get you a funnel cake.
Oh, man. Oh, man. And Roberta Waddell Dewey, how are you doing down in Western Kentucky? Glad to hear from you. And when you mention that funnel cake, I bet there's a Blair lady on Route 7 in Blackie probably order you to go get one.
Yep, and they're marking off the 15 yards for unsportsmanlike, and that's where Breathitt County will make the kick, David.
And
I'm not so sure if that was one I think that was one unsportsmanlike call. Yep. So that's why they're kicking off on the 45-yard line.
Yeah, looks like Turry will get the honor of coming out and doing this for the Bobcats. And he will kick it in the end zone. And Cougars will have it at the 20, 1st and 10 to start the third quarter.
And, you know, when we went off the air to go to halftime, I think Coach Matthews picked up an unsportsmanlike behavior call, and he was adamant about they should have been 1 second. And in that discussion, they decided to give him a unsportsmanlike call, and we'll start the second half at the 20, David.
Yep, and wideouts each way as Smith will come to the left. You'll see Johnson lining up on the right side between two of the Cougars over there as the handoff goes to Williams, and he'll go up middle, and he'll dance for maybe back to the line at best.
Nothing in there as the front line of the Bobcats stopped in cold.
Yep.
No movement by the offensive line of Letcher Central.
Second down coming up there. Gavin Ramsey will line up to the right side. Smith will be over far to the left as Johnson will be in the mix as well. Here comes Holbrook to the left side. He gets it off. It's caught by Williams up to about the 23, almost 24. A gang of 3 on the pass. And third down is coming up for the Cougars.
And, you know, Holbrook goes out to his left, and nothing there deep or short. And then Williams was his drop-off outlet there.
Williams will line up beside Holbrook. That was kind of a tough pass coming to the left side pass.
Just like we talked about Holland in the first half.
Yeah.
That's a really tough, and throwing back across gets you in trouble sometimes.
It will indeed, as Holbrook will keep it and get up to the 25. It's going to be 4th and about 5 coming up for the Cougars on the keeper.
Turry and Tosin comes up with a tackle there and stayed in their gap and made the tackle.
And
they're going to punt.
Yeah, they are. Smith is back, getting ready to do the duties here for the Cougars.
It's all big time for Breathitt by doing the 3 and out here, and they'll get the ball back. Probably in good field position. No, it's going to be a fake.
And Smith to the right side. He's got to come back left side, and he does. He's got it set. And we got a block in the back near midfield, 35-40, 50-yard line, and He's going to be down at the 42-yard line, but it's not. It's going to come back.
Yeah.
The hit in the back
will
bring it back, and it's going to be 15 yards from about the 32-yard line, and they'll replay 4th down.
Yeah, but they had nothing over there, and it was all Smith turning back against it.
Yeah.
Might even heard me say, oh, no, but Breathitt had it sniffed out, and then on the return, that's what happens when you start running back across, and it's always a block in the back or
yeah. But anyway, I think you'll see the football punted away this time, I would think.
It did not catch Breathitt County. They just over-pursued over there on the left side, but that's a surprising call this early in the third quarter, but it would have worked had not the penalty been assessed.
4th down as Smith gets ready to punt the football away, and there it goes. It will take a Cougar bounce.
A good Cougar bounce.
Yep, all the way down to the 33. And a little mix up there in the middle of the field.
A little bit of extracurricular activity, and they've got broken up, but 37-yard punt with no return.
Yeah,
and,
nice punt.
So now the Bobcats will go to work.
We'll try to see if they can close in on the score some. They're down 9. And not really had much action ever since the first minute in the second quarter on offense, the Bobcats. So they'll try to cash in here. Spurry will line up to the far right. Holland the handoff to Thomas. Goes left side, still on his feet as he gets up to around the 39, close to the 40. It'll be 2nd down there for the Bobcats.
I'm really impressed with this freshman. He's going to be a really good player for Breathitt County. Broke a tackle, and then got a couple more yards after it.
He got speed.
And he's shifty, quick, and got the I'm interested to see once he gets in the top end here what he can do.
Spurry to the far left. John Holland, the receiver, to the far right. And here comes Thomas again, and he gets the first down as he motors up to the 49-yard line. It's going to be 1st and 10 for the Bobcats.
Another good run, another good blocking by the Bobcat front line.
I tell you what, that was the speed protecting the football. And
yeah, he's got both hands on the football.
Yeah.
So somewhere down the line, somebody's taught him some good fundamentals about holding on to the football.
Absolutely, and he'll take it again, left side, 45, down to the 40. Ball
loose.
Comes loose, and the Cougars.
Did they get it?
Yes, they did before they went out of bounds, and that was a big fumble by Thomas as he got hit around the 40 and lost it. And
Mason
Cougars,
Stevens gets it and gathered, as you said, gathered control before he went out of bounds, and it's a big turnover.
Freshman.
Yeah.
Freshman. He will learn from this, and it will make him better,
I might have jinxed him.
better.
I might have just
I
jinxed
don't know.
him just
He
a little
took
bit.
a hit there on that left side. And
a helmet on the ball side sometimes it doesn't matter how you hold on to it. But Mason Stevens with a big fumble recovery and a big play by the Cougar defense.
Good field position for the Cougars, 39-yard line, 1st and 10, 8:44 to go, third quarter. Wideouts both ways as Holbrook will hand it off. Smith will take it left side up to the 40, 35, 50, out on about the 44-yard line. And I tell you, Smith He did. He waited
Never
there.
got in a rush.
Yeah, he paused just a second. I thought he was going to cut back, Manus Blair, to be honest with you. Ball on the 46, 1st and 10 for the Cougars. Breathitt County, this will be tough if Cougars reach the end zone on this drive, Manus Blair.
They have to stiffen up right here.
Williams will be the back. He will take the handoff right side off the tackle, and he's met
hit.
right there. And he's going to be down about the 44. Seen a helmet come off.
Bingham lost his helmet.
Yeah.
Barnett come up and made a good stop on Williams before he could get going.
Well, you know, he ran the football and then he stopped, and most of the time that forward motion ends right there too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Second down and 8 coming up. They got 7 on the board, but it looks like 8 to me, Manus Blair.
Yeah, it's close.
Yep, wideouts each way, and Holbrook will get ready as Williams will be back. Also, there's the pass to his
And it's
hand.
going to be intercepted.
Yep, and it looks like Spurry will hold on to the football on his shoulder.
Throw was a little bit behind, and then Spurry was able to reach back and gather it and make the interception. So big turnover for the Breathitt County Bobcats defense.
Yeah, come off the hand, and Spurry on his shoulder. He pinned it to his shoulder and was able to.
So we trade turnovers here.
Trade
in the third quarter.
turnovers. So.
And I heard you mention before the whistle that turnovers would play a big part in this, and so both teams.
Yeah.
Right off the bat here.
Cougars with a chance probably, to be honest with you, Manus, to put the game in a tough way for the Bobcats.
Yes, definitely.
Holland goes back, and they're going to get him. He's just not going to have time to do it, and he's down at the 25, and that's a loss of 10.
Oh, yeah, and that was Surgeon and Griffith that got in there, and tough hit on the freshman quarterback.
Well, loss of 9 as they mark it on the the 26, so it's going to be second down and 19 to go for the Bobcats.
Puts them way behind the sticks.
Holland, the last 3 plays, Cougars have found a gap to get in and make
Well, you know, they
things rough
ran
on him.
3 straight plays, rushing plays with Thomas, and was looked really good coming out in the third quarter.
Spurry, the wide out far to the left, and here's the handoff right off of guard, number 9. That's not Kinsert, that is Gibson.
Yep.
And Gibson, he protected the football well and made a nice play, but good job by Big Sam Webb there as he wraps.
Yep, Sam Webb, yep.
Grandson of Mitch Blair, old Car Creek boy.
Yes.
You know Mitch Blair.
Yep.
And Big Sam makes a big play there for the Cougars.
So we'll see how conservative, or do they throw it up to Spurry here?
Well, you know, third down in a long way. Spurry's there. He's in the gap. Here's the throw. Comes over to the Bobcats. That's number 9. That's Gibson. And Gibson's going to get all the way up to the 41-yard line. Now it's 4th down, and you're about 4.
Where are they going? Analytics say go for it.
Yeah, I mean.
But that was a good job by Holland checking down and then putting it out here for the potential for Gibson to pick up that yardage here. So are they going to try to draw them off sides here, or are they actually going to run a play? We're about to find out.
Yep, Thomas will be lining up beside Holland. Thomas is a freshman as well. And they get their play call from Coach Moore as he signals, gives his final play. He's changing it.
And that's going to be a timeout.
Yeah, it is. Something there he didn't like, or he wanted to change, so we'll take a quick 30-second break. It's 21-12 at Letcher Central. Stay with us.
Since 1962, Citizens Bank and Trust of Jackson has been proud to serve the community. They care about the people of Breathitt County and are the only locally owned bank in the community. With 2 branches in Jackson and 1 in Beattyville, they're never too far away when you need them. And with the latest innovations in banking, keeping track of your finances has never been easier. Helping to grow Breathitt County as leaders for over 60 years. That's Citizens Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
And they're going to throw it to him on a.
And we're back. 5 minutes to go, third quarter, as the third quarter's moving right along here in Whitesburg. Mountain Heritage Festival time downtown. So everybody, if you get an opportunity to visit that this weekend, tomorrow, and college football, we got to get our football predictions, man. It's Ole Miss or UK. You don't.
I've already done that one.
Josh Cornick will send us his score in a second. David Thacker and all the guys, I'm sure they will. Bobcats looking to punt this away, and they do, and the Cougars will take it at the 25. Ramsey goes 30 up to 35, and it may be a face mask.
I did not see it. I'm not really sure what the flag came in for.
And so
but they were wrestling for the football.
They were indeed. So let's see what they go with here. And it come from back here, and the ball's on the 35, and we got a personal foul.
And there it is. You were right. You were right, David
I
Adams.
thought when he got to the 35, he had his head up, and then it went down quickly. So
you've got 20/20 vision.
Well, I don't know about that.
Whichever official threw that must have played baseball in high school.
The white hat threw it.
Well, then,
yeah.
Brian Napier is throwing a heavy
ball on the 50, 1st and 10 for the Cougars. Holbrook. Smith will come to the left. Johnson will line up towards the right. Williams will be the back. Cougars go in motion, hand off to Williams. He goes right side, makes a cut, and down he goes, and a loss of 3 there as Spurry. Is that Mr. Spurry with the tackle?
That was Spurry, but Barnett forced him out wide and enabled Spurry to come up, and I believe he's got a cramp.
Yes, he does.
I believe he's cramping up a little bit. And,
it's humid.
And that was a nice tackle by Spurry out on Williams because earlier Breathitt County allowed him to break 2 or 3 tackles on his touchdown run.
And Prairie Central still winning.
I keep getting texts coming through, David, that since I didn't have phone, I am getting texts that people have sent me from like 12 noon today.
Oh, yeah.
So.
Hazard 22, Corbin 21 at the half.
Oh, my. Oh, my. So
that's what I got in.
So you never know what may transpire in a football game. You got to let the game be played, and if you are a non-believer in Hazard, I guess now you become a believer.
Before the whistle, I thought it'd be difficult for him, and still, that's a hard test.
I'm going to tell you what I said. I said up there, I said it was going to be close to the half. So,
in which way?
I mean, just close.
Yeah, okay.
But and I also said that the Hazard would play better than what a lot of people think they would play. So,
send us your score of UK and Ole Miss for tomorrow. We'll put your score. We'll talk about it. Give us a chance here. Holbrook will get it. Wide outs each way. Ball in there. He's got open. Smith. He's at the 20. 10-5 touchdown. And Cougars get a big pass play as Holbrook delivered a big one there for the Cougars. And Manus Blair?
Bit on the double.
That's called a little error on the scoreboard.
Well, he did the double move, and the cornerback, I didn't see who it was, bit on the first move, and then Holbrook hit him in direct stride.
4:14 on the clock. I thought Breathitt County had pretty good defense up here until that play, and but I thought they had this worked out good. I really did. I thought they'd done some good things there on defense on that series.
Breathitt County has been playing deep to keep everything in front of them, and I guess the short throws have caused them to bite on the short 9 call.
27-12 their score is Cougars will go for 2 this time. Emma Adams come on the field, but they waved her back off, so.
And Breathitt County makes the stop, looks
like.
Yes,
they do.
I still don't hear a whistle.
Cougars don't get in there, 27-12. Josh Cornitt says 21-17. our cameraman, Mr. Woolham, says 28-14, Ole Miss. And Manus Blair says
Ole Miss, it will defeat Kentucky in a close game. I'm not going to really give a score, but if you remember last time in Mississippi, Kentucky had an opportunity to go ahead. They threw a touchdown pass, but they did not get set.
Right.
And that was the –
I think it's going to be a close game. Ole Miss by 7.
Yeah, I don't Ole Miss hasn't been tested
and
yet.
I hope we're wrong. I hope it's the other way. But,
I do too. I do. But, that's just the things that you deal with when you're a UK fan. You want them to do well, but sometimes reality sets in.
So, Jeremy and Josh, 2 good scores there.
Yeah.
Pretty close. And everybody, I think, is thinking 3-7 Ole Miss, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I think it's either way it's going to be that way. It's not going to be a blowout either way.
It's not.
I would be really disappointed.
Yeah.
Unless it was UK now doing the blowout. Then I wouldn't be disappointed. I'd be tickled.
Who knows? They may go get that big win tomorrow. Who knows? I mean, they played well. Defense played really well against Georgia.
Yeah.
But, I'm still not sold on their offense yet.
No, they still ain't got a lot of rhythm to their offense. So maybe tomorrow is the
Maybe
the
it
day.
is. Maybe it is. Bobcats getting ready to receive the football. 4:14 to go, third quarter. Here's the kickoff and fair catch right there on the 38-yard line, and be 1st and 10 for the Bobcats.
Perry Central still up 31-14 with 9:31 to go in the third quarter.
Martin County. A lot of people. I've had some texts talking about what a beautiful facility here at Letcher County Central High School.
Yeah.
Roberta is correct. It is a outstanding facility for high school football.
And, a lot of the mountain clubs have done that. And
yeah.
That's nice for the student athletes.
Holland's got his man a little short.
My. It came up, David.
And Cougars, I thought he hit the ground.
No. Official Christy Combs right on it, and it must have bounced straight up.
Yeah, Thomas was there to make the catch.
Kind of threw it behind him, and it went up, and then Dawson Cancer was right there, and it popped right up to him.
Yeah.
Just a freak thing.
Yeah, I thought maybe his hand went there and the ball hit it, but this is one of those things. And so the Cougars get a big break.
And I'm going to call a Jim Bob McCauley here. I'm going to throw it deep after the quick turnover.
You don't think Jim Bob would do that, do you?
I think Jim Bob right here would go. I think he would throw it deep. Let's see right here.
Yeah. Well, here we are, whiteouts each way, and Letcher Central's going to talk about this. So we'll take a 30-second timeout. 27-12 our score, Cougars, and with the football.
No one likes an uninvited guest, especially when that guest is a potentially dangerous pest. So call Bluegrass Pest Management and let the pros take care of your problem. Locally owned and operated for over 40 years, providing much-needed jobs to local people. With 3 locations in Hazard, London, and Hindman, they treat rats, mice, roaches, bed bugs, termites, and many more. Open Monday through Friday and now servicing all of Kentucky. Say goodbye to your uninvited guests today. Call Bluegrass Pest Management.
4:08 to go here in the third quarter from Letcher County Central High School, 27-12. Manus, how's the volleyball season looking so far?
The volleyball season has gone really well.
What's the top 3 teams in the region?
The top 3 teams in the 14th region. You put me, I'm going to say right away, I'm going to say Knott County Central is 1.
Okay.
I'm going to say that Letcher Central is 2.
Okay.
And then I'm going to say it is between third is Perry Central, Leslie County, Breathitt County.
So you've got a bunch of them.
I think right now Knott Central's ahead of them all.
Wide outs each way as Holbrook will get ready. Williams, the back, lines upside him. We got a false start on number 65 of the
Jackson Mead.
Jackson Mead gets the flag, gets penalized 5 yards, and the coach will say, Jackson, let's do that a little better maybe the next time.
And usually when you do that, it's a running play, and he's just trying to get out. And there he is. He's
Williams to the right off guard. He cuts right back to the right side.
Oh,
he's still on his feet, and he may get away. He gets up to about the 41-yard line, and we
have a problem going on over there. But I don't see a flag.
Nope.
But once again, Williams breaking tackles. And he came right from the hole. Jackson Mead was pulling, and he went right where Jackson Mead pulled from.
42-yard line, 1st and 10, as Cougars will probably switch the play here.
I'm sure if Bumper Adams is tuning in, he is enjoying this immensely.
Bumper Adams, a legend, my friend, a legend. Him and Dickey coached the Cougars, and of course
softball,
Bumper coached middle school ball and high school ball at the same time. The man loved the game.
And he's going to roll, and he's
Up
going
to
get
the right
loose.
side, Holbrook, 25-20, cuts back to the left, down to 10. 5.
There's
He's
a
going
penalty.
to be down close to the 4. They got it marked at the 5, and we got a flag on the 11, and we'll see.
And it's going to go against the Cougars as they're pointing back this way. But Brett Smith led it out, and he made 2 blocks out in front of Holbrook. And I don't know how he got away from the pursuit back here in the backfield.
Well, Smith's going to come out and take a break as Kinzer will come in his spot. Johnson will also come in, and Howard will make his way off the field as they get a different lineman get ready to set up here for the Cougars.
So it moves it back to the 21, David, after the penalty.
.309 to go, 27-12, a touchdown here. Make it tough on the Bobcat. And you know, the score doesn't reflect it. They've been in this football game.
Not at all.
Here's the handoff. It looks like Johnson to the left side. He's down to the 15, gets down to, and loses the football.
But they say he was down.
And I thought his knee went down.
Tosin come up and made the contact and a tackle on Johnson.
Tosin's been very aggressive tonight for the Bobcats.
Definitely
played
has.
Extremely hard.
Yes.
So 2nd down, and it's about 1.
And you're seeing a methodical approach by the Cougars to chew up clock and put it in the rushing hands.
Absolutely. Williams will be the back beside of Holbrook. Johnson will line out to the right, Smith to the left. And now he switches sides as evidently they see something that may be better as he can cut back to the left side. And he does, and he's at the 10.
And
5
he's gonna
touchdown, Williams. And
he's got the trifecta.
Yeah, he got to the 7, and he turned the burner on Manus and cruise on in 33-12. And turnovers.
And it hurts as they
that
convert.
hurt. That turnover hurt. You could have very easily said the score could have been 20-27 if not for the turnover. You get the turnover, and now 33-12 with the extra point coming for the Cougars.
Nice block by Bingham as he opened up that hole for Williams, and he cut right off his backside as Adams will kick the extra point.
And the Commodores, 31-14 still down there, and Adams straight down, and she's 4 for 4 tonight for the Cougars, an extra point. 34-12, Bobcats will have the football when we come back.
If you're looking for a convenient pharmacy location with a friendly, caring staff, look no further than Hindman Pharmacy, located inside the new Hindman Primary Care Center. Our pharmacy is open Monday through Friday from 8:30 to 6:30, but always stays open until the last patient is seen. Whether you need to pick up your refills in our drive-thru, need a favorite medicine for your little ones, or something to feel better after a visit to the clinic, the Hindman Pharmacy inside Primary Care has got you covered. Located at 425 Hindman Bypass. Call the Hindman Pharmacy at 785-0513.
Minute 53. Quentin has come to play a little bit tonight. He's made some strong cuts and held on to the football. And after contact, he's got the extra yardage. So.
And, you know, he got off to a slow start talking to some of the Letcher County Central fans. He got off to a slow start. And all of a sudden, the hazard game, and after that, he has come on really, really strong. And kind of like a two-headed monster with Williams and Johnson in the backfield. So, you know, or thunder and lightning. Is that the way you call it?
I'll be honest with you, man. I think Johnson adds 10 points to this team. And without him on the field, their score is going to be less. He's just that way. Bobcats picking up the football, and nice run back all the way to the 36. It's going to be 1st and 10. And
that was Thomas.
Yeah, and Thomas, you thought he was going to be down at the 23, but stuck with it, ran hard, got the job done for the Bobcats.
And
Bobcats, look at this roster for Bobcats.
Well, I mean, your skilled people are freshmen.
2.
And then when you look at the number of seniors in which they have.
I would say 3 seniors, 4 on the whole team, Manus Blair. So, this is a young Bobcat team.
Yeah. Nice tackle by Kinser on the throw to Braxton Turry. So Cougars keeping everything in front of them on their zone, and then they have to make the tackle. So not going to let anybody get behind them.
David Thacker, 31-14, Ole Miss, pretty good score. I mean, he thinks the Wildcats going to play a decent game. 31-14's 2 scores, but
I hope that score doesn't come to fruition.
Well, I'm like you, but that's not a bad score, I wouldn't think. I mean, their offense has not got kicking down there yet, Manus. Yeah. I mean, it's really not. Thomas, is that Gibson? That's Gibson running the football off a guard left side and close to the first down marker.
I believe they're going to give it to him.
Yeah, it's awful close. Yep. And 52 seconds to go. It's from where the official's standing, it is a first down. So it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Bobcats.
Nice
as
blocking
the chains
by
will
the
move.
Bobcats. Front line.
No, they did not. Yeah, there they do. Now it's first down. I thought from where he was standing, they had it as the clock runs. Holland, here's the throw. It's caught, and the Bobcats all the way out as Gibson runs and picks up a nice gang on the play, and
Breathitt County taking advantage of what the defense is giving them. Once again, they're playing back in that zone, and they're giving them the underneath route. So you just got to take it.
2nd down, about 3 to go for the Bobcats. 2 wideouts to the left. Spurry will line up to the right as Holland flips it over, and the Bobcats, not much room there as Thomas was covered immediately right on the line of scrimmage by the Cougars.
Yeah, and I don't know if you can see it on the screen, but about 10 to 15 yards, they're just got an umbrella coverage and coming up and trying to make the hit. Brett Smith missed it, but he slowed Thomas down and enabled other Cougars to make that tackle.
3rd down in a short distance here. Big play coming up for the Bobcats, but with the score, you've got to go for it as the Cougars are going to call a 30-second timeout, and we'll leave it here. Down at Prairie Central, it's 31-14, Commodores over Martin County. And the last score we got from Hazard and Corbin
was 22-21.
Yeah,
I believe,
and the Bulldogs. So we'll try to follow up on that. If anybody is hearing that game or got any information on it, please send it to us. We'll be glad to pass it along right here on Hometown 24. I want to thank Letcher County Central tonight for letting us come up. We've enjoyed the ball game. And 20 seconds left in the first half. It was 22-21 Hazard, so I'm sure the second half should be underway now down in Corbin. So we'll try to update that. And I want to remind everyone next week we will be off on Hometown 24 because of the scheduling, and we will be back, and we will be at Daniel Field as Paintsville Tigers will come over to play Hazard in 2 weeks.
In the holler.
Be a 7:30 kickoff from Daniel Field. Breathitt County, Spurry to the right as we will get ready. Thomas will be the back with Gibson as Holland, and Breathitt County has got a false start, and it's going to cost them 5. And Coach Moore not happy with that after the timeout.
Not at all.
No, you can't do that after a timeout. You got to be focused. So 3rd down and about 8 now for the Bobcats. 7 on the scoreboard, but looks like closer to 8. Manus Blair.
And once again, the offensive linemen trying to get out to get their blocks in a running play. Let's see if they stay, and there it is.
Here's the handoff. It goes to Gibson, right side, and he's brought down there. A gang of 2 on the play. 4th down coming up. Bobcats has got to go for it.
They got to go for it, but it's going to go into the.
Yeah, it's going to be the last play of the 3rd, and it is indeed. And the 4th quarter is coming up from Letcher County Central. 34-12 our score. Stay with us.
This is the 4th app. I don't remember any of these passwords.
With so many subscriptions, it can be impossible to keep up.
Who said that?
Don't worry about who I am. Worry about all the money you're losing paying for all these subscriptions.
I have to use like 13 to watch all the shows I want to watch.
Then sign up for TVS. With TVS, you have all your favorite shows with just one bill. So stop throwing away money and throw away those subscriptions.
Magellan, what should we do with all this money we save by switching to TVS?
In Kentucky, we understand what matters. Family, friends, community. But sometimes, we hurt. At Mountain Comprehensive Care Center, we believe in hope. And Mountain's behavioral health professionals want to be there for you every step of the way. Together, we can overcome the challenges of depression, PTSD, addiction, and so much more. With behavioral health centers throughout Kentucky, your story of recovery begins at Mountain Comprehensive Care Center.
4th quarter coming up here at Letcher County Central High School. 34-12 our score. I want to remind everyone also, you looking for that cable service you need, check out TVS and you will not be disappointed. Got the package you need, and remember, TVS helps a lot of the young people, Manus Blair, in the area, and providing jobs for people as well, and helping the schools and supporting good activities for all the kids. Holland reach back. He's going to put it in there. Spurry's got it, and he makes the catch down to the 31. That's going to be 1st and 10 for the Bobcats.
Just went up to the top and just pulled it down. So showing that athleticism once again.
Corbin 37, Hazard 22, and somebody got mad at halftime, folks.
Yeah. And going long.
Yep. And he's got Spurry, and it's broke up.
Nice job by Gavin.
Yeah.
And nice throw by Holland. That was 45 to 50 yards in the air.
I'm impressed with Coach Moore's young people.
Oh, yeah.
They've got something to build on in Jackson.
Well, he put that thing where Spurry had an opportunity to come down with it. So
yeah. Holland, and he drops back. Here's the throw out. That time it was to Thomas, but it was wide away from him.
But, you know, really that wasn't a bad throw because he was throwing to the back shoulder.
Yes, he was.
And if Thomas would have just put the brakes on, it would have been a reception. So now you've got two downs to get that yardage that they need.
Wideouts each way for Breathitt County. John Holland is the receiver far to the left on this side. Here comes Holland, the quarterback. Here's the throw, and it's a catch down to the 17. Nice catch there, and that was number 1, Thomas, making the catch for the Bobcats.
Nice throw by Holland. He put it where the defender could not get to it, and Thomas held on to it, so nice reception for the first down.
Yep. Miss Waddell helping us with that score, Manus Black. We appreciate that. Holland fakes the handoff, makes a step. He gets the throw out to Thomas. Thomas right side and picks up, another almost down to the first down marker, but not hardly. He's about a yard short.
Nice job by Holland sidestepping Griffith and got the ball out. Good pocket awareness.
Right now they're moving the ball well. Cougars trying to keep them in front, and here's Holland with a run, and not much room to go there. But
I believe he's did he get it?
Yeah, it looks like. Let's see, is it the official first down?
Yes,
official says so.
First down.
It was awful close, and that was a nice move for the quarterback Holland to be first and goal now for the Bobcats. Holland out to the right side, throws.
It was intercepted, but I believe it was out of bounds.
Yes, and Ramsey with that interception over there. Galvin.
But on the sprint out, it kind of, as I've always said, when you're sprinting to the right, it kind of cuts your field in half, and Cougars with a nice job on the coverage.
Bobcats sending some extra people in as Tolson will come in. And Barnett will come in.
So it looks like their run package.
Yeah, and Gibson is the back.
Yep, Bobcat coming.
It looks like Wildcat to Gibson, and he picks up 3 or 4, and it's going to be second down and about 4 to go for the touchdown. Second and goal coming up for the Bobcats.
That was mono a mono. That was helmet on a helmet.
Hazard evidently has played a pretty good football game, Manus Blair. They probably
when you're a single A team, how many players you got? Then you're playing a Corbin who has how many players? So kind of worn down probably.
Yep. And so they will continue to work. We'll have them right here on Hometown 24 in a couple weeks at Daniel Field.
And you have to give Coach Chandler credit.
Yep. Left side run for the Bobcats. And he gets
did not
down.
get in.
Nope, he's down at the 1. It's going to be 4th down coming up. 4th and goal here for the Bobcats.
Got to put it in here right here.
Absolutely.
Another thing about Hazard, they could have easily worked their way out of that contract against Corbin. It says a whole lot about the administration and the coaching staff of Hazard to keep that contract.
I think Coach Chandler wants to go down and battle, and he will battle with anybody. So here comes the see if Holland keeps it. He's going to have to throw. He's got a guy, and it's there. It's a touchdown, and nice catch, and that was John Holland making the catch at the receiver end from quarterback. Miles
didn't
Holland.
have anywhere to go. They were asking for linemen downfield that time, but Coach Matthews is not going to get that, and big time play by Holland, keeping the play alive. And do they go for 2 here? I'm sure they do.
Yeah, no question about
I'm sure
this.
They're going for 2.
34-18 score as Bobcats can put 2 more on the board. And here's Holland, quick throw out. And here
not going to get it.
Not nowhere to run for Gibson that time as he was closed down early. 34-18. Cougars will get the football when we come back.
See a penny? Pick it up. and head to Appalachian Wireless and buy a new iPhone 13. One little old penny for an iPhone 13. Choose a 2-year contract or on the Mix and Match or Unlimited plan. Staying connected never goes out of style, and we make it easy with a new iPhone 13 for just a penny. Terms and conditions do apply. Visit AppalachianWireless.com for details. We are you. We are Appalachian Wireless.
Welcome back. 34-18. Cougars getting ready to get to football. Bobcats, a little onside kick here, Manus Blair.
Yep, and Braxton Turry will try to make it bounce 2 or 3 times and up in the air, and then you push and shove and go on. So
yeah, I had somebody. How about Georgia and Alabama tomorrow?
Georgia and Alabama, I still think Georgia has Alabama's number, and I'm going to say 24-21 Georgia.
37-22 is a final, by the way, from Corbin. So Corbin wins that one.
Nice effort by the
Dogs.
Bulldogs.
Absolutely. Bobcats getting ready to kick off, and here's the onside kick.
And nice job by Cummings as he gets it and goes immediately down.
Makes the big guy makes a big play for his team.
Usually on a hands team, you don't have a lineman out there.
No, but we see why he is now.
And you see official Napier laughing as he comes by him, and he might have said that to him, or he might have said nice hands, but big play by Cummings. And now do you just chew it up, chew the clock up? And
I would think so. I think you're going to see a lot of running plays.
A heavy dose of Williams and Johnson. And
I would think so.
Smith.
Yes, I would think so. Wideouts each way. Williams is the back. He will get it cut to the left side, 50 down to the 45, and he's brought down about at the 42-yard line. Going to be second and short coming up for the Cougars.
What was impressive about that, it was supposed to go in between the tackles, and he bounced it outside, and then his speed enabled him to get the 8 yards.
Absolutely. Georgia, Alabama, what's your thoughts on that one, Manus?
Yes, 24-21.
24-21.
What do you think?
You know what? It's at Bama, right?
I believe it is.
Yeah. I tell you what, it wouldn't shock me a bit if Bama don't win that football game. Here comes the Cougars. That's Smith right off of right guard between the tackle, and he picks up a first down, and it's going to be 1st and 10. Josh Cornett, he thinks Alabama's got a shot.
Well, anybody that's been to Alabama realizes.
Hey, they're playing pretty good. They're playing pretty good football, Alabama is. Yeah.
But it's Georgia and Alabama. And, you know, normally it's for the SEC championship or for the national title, and this is a final. The SEC has kept both of those from having to play each other in the regular season for obvious reasons. So now you can't shy away from Georgia, Alabama, and Texas, and Mississippi, and even Missouri.
Ramsey be the back over to the right as Williams, and the ball's loose, and Holbrook will pick it up. And nice play by Holbrook just to save that football, as the Bobcats were back there in a hurry on that.
That could have been bad news for the Cougars.
Yep.
And good news for the Bobcats.
As Jim McCauley says, you're getting behind the chains again, so you do not want that. And Jim will be back with us, the Hazard and Paintsville game, Manus, and we'll have to keep him in line again, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I think he's been enjoying
I think he does an outstanding job.
He does
I might be a little biased, but
he's very good.
But I shouldn't brag on him too much. He might actually watch this and think I'm bragging on him.
But anyway, wide out. Both to the right and left, as Williams will be the back, as waiting on the snap. Here comes Holbrook. Williams will block for him. He's looking downfield, and he's going to stay in bounds, and we got a flag back and it may be holding on Williams.
It may very well be.
And
he's got to get down. He, you know, as a quarterback, sometimes that extra yard doesn't mean anything, and you just got to slide and get down. He took some pretty good hits right there from Tosin and some of the other Bobcats.
You know, you get in rhythm, you're running football well, and you have a mistake with a snap, and it gets you behind the chains,
and
the sticks.
And they're going to go even further behind the chains. And somebody's laundry is still lying here on the.
They declined it.
They declined it, and that will make it fourth down. No, third down.
Third down.
Third down.
Yeah. But third and a long way, Mr. Blair. Third and a long way. So do you do a pass here, maybe?
I think if I'm the Cougars, we're going to give the ball to Williams.
All right. Let's see what we've got here. Smith in motion. Back goes Holbrook. He's got his man out there. Here we go. Here's the pass, and it's going to be
Branham
caught.
Gets away, and
yep, number 13 is Branham,
and that's going to be a late hit on the Bobcats, and that's going to give them a first down. I think that was on number 13. I think that was Barker that he hit one of the Cougars after the play was over.
You know, you have him stopped, and, you know, it's frustrating.
You can't pick people off the pile because all the officials are looking at it, and it's just something that you don't want to see from the Bobcats.
Yeah, I mean, that's, you know.
And I'm sure Coach Moore is, you know, saying, come on, guys, we had him stopped.
Yeah. Bobcats on defense as the Cougars. Williams will be the back beside of Holbrook. Smith will be out to the far left along with Johnson on the same side. And Holbrook will keep it, follow Williams, and pick up 4 on the carry. Be second down coming up. And we have more laundry coming out.
And I think the composure of the Bobcats have been lost. And here's the call.
Yeah, I mean,
they've lost their composure here.
Yeah, Coach Moore, he's trying to settle his troops down here, and you know he's got a young bunch. Yeah. He's got a young football team. Coach Moore does, and you have to. It takes time, you know, and you have to,
and you know the Bobcats came in here wanting to put another win on the board, and it gets frustrating sometimes as a student athlete. You just got to keep your composure.
Holbrook hand it off to Williams. He goes right side. He's got room around the corner, and he's going in for the touchdown.
And now he has the.
That's his third touchdown, and boy, he's wanting that Alice Lloyd College player of the game bad, Manus Blair.
He's the leading candidate right now.
Yep, 40-18er score as Adams.
Yep.
She's coming out. She's 4 for 4 so far.
And, you know, I come up on this hill occasionally, and after the Hazard game, as I came off the hill, guess who was down here kicking field goals before anybody was
Miss
here?
Emma.
Miss Adams. And that's how you get better.
Getting ready, try to go 5 for 5 on the PAT. And
did it get it over top?
Yes, she
did. Yes.
And it's there. Now our score is 41-18, and the Bobcats will get the football when we come back. 5:09 to go. Stay with us.
See a penny? Pick it up and head to Appalachian Wireless and buy a new iPhone 13. One little old penny for an iPhone 13. Choose a 2-year contract or on the Mix and Match Unlimited plan. Staying connected never goes out of style, and we make it easy with a new iPhone 13 for just a penny. Terms and conditions do apply. Visit AppalachianWireless.com for details. We are you. We are Appalachian Wireless.
5:09 to go, 41-18 or score. And folks, unless there's a change, Cougars on their way for another win. And Quentin Williams, a big game tonight for the Cougars.
Very big game and much needed. And, you know, the thing about it is you want to keep, like I've said over and over and again, you want that momentum going into district games. And they're creeping closer and closer as the leaves on the trees start turning. Then you've got district play.
Cougars getting ready to kick off, and the Bobcats.
Like Thomas on this side of it.
Yeah. There's the Bobcats will fall on it on the 35, and they'll have it there 1st and 10. And with 5:08 to go, the traffic starts going off the hill, Manus Blair.
Going down to get funnel cake.
Yeah, funnel cake. I wonder if Josh Cornett knows there's all kinds of food downtown Whitesburg tonight.
I'm sure he does.
Bobcats will, I think, go in the air quite a bit.
I would imagine so.
With Mr. Holland with left motion, and here's the handoff. Here comes the Bobcats left side. That will be Thomas, and he's still on his feet and all the way out to the 43-yard line.
And I'm once again really impressed with Thomas.
I like Holland too, the quarterback freshman.
I think they've got a good start.
Yes,
to
I
something that 3.5 more years of it.
41-18 or score. And let's see where the Bobcats go as Holland off to the right makes a throw. And
almost intercepted.
Yes, it was. He was just trying to get rid of that as pressure come from the Cougars as
and he'll learn
52,
not to that's
Breathitt.
You just do not throw that ball back across as you're turning right and throw it back across the field. And Stevens was there and almost made the interception.
3rd down for the Bobcats. Probably need to get that 1st down right here, man. Let's get these couple yards and
I think it's going to come up short as Johnson was in there quick.
It's going to be 4th down and 1 to go for the Bobcats.
Yeah.
Clock running, near 4.5 minutes to play in the game. And we want to thank everyone for joining in us tonight, and we appreciate it. We've got an update on the Corbin score. Evidently, it was not over. It's 50-22. And now maybe that is the final. We're not sure.
But, you know, the thing about it is, and when you're talking about the Bulldogs, once again, they're young, other than Palfrey and a few other players on their team.
Absolutely.
But you know, they can take some positives from that. And that's what you're trying to do. And, you know, you can make, as a coach, you can pick out the highlights and make it a positive, or you can take out the lowlights and make it a negative. And, you know, most coaches choose to talk about the positives they do right, and you play the next game.
Right, you're right. Bobcats, big 4th down here. They need a yard to hold on to the football. And so let's see if they can continue the drive. Handoff, and the Bobcats are going to get that as nice drive by Gibson as he picks up 5 on the carry, man. It's going to be 1st and 10 again for the Bobcats.
Nice gap opened up by the line of the Bobcats.
And our clock continues to roll.
Yep.
And first downs tonight have been brought to you by Derek Bolin, Kentucky Farm Bureau. We thank Derek so much. Holland still looking. He gets it out. Here comes the Bobcats down to the 50, 48, and that is Mr. Gibson again. When he catches it, he protected it well, but just
nobody there. Holland went through all these progressions. He looked left, he looked right, and then he dumped it off. That's all he could do.
That's all he could do. No gang on the play. 2nd and 10 coming up for the Bobcats. Want to thank Letcher County Central for all their hospitality tonight, Matus.
Thank Blake Mason for letting me know early that we were playing.
Yeah, Holland's got a chance. It's
And it's
picked off. There's Ramsey back to the 25, 30, makes a cut. He's still going, 35, 40, 41-yard line, and Cougars still, ball game's over, Maynard Splair.
Yeah, and didn't throw it further enough, and
yeah. Holland, a nice little quarterback.
I think
he's going to be a dandy before he comes out of Jackson. No question about it.
A lot of potential, along with a lot of other former quarterbacks from Breathitt County.
This Breathitt County team, with the roster they got coming back next season, can make some noise, Maynard Blair.
And I still think they're a developing team. And, in their district. I think they're probably going to be right up there winning the district.
Absolutely. Holbrook Williams will line beside him. He'll take the handoff, goes left side, 40, 45, and right there he goes down at 45. 2nd and 5 coming up. We got a flag, and I don't know what that's about.
I think that was Martin, that little hit after the play, and a little bit of an Emmy. I've seen some Emmys and Oscars and some other stuff of acting tonight, and largely they've drawn the flags. So, you just got to quit. When you hear the whistle, you just got to stop.
Yeah. So that'll be marked off 15, and that was a costly penalty. Coach Matthews not going to be happy with that.
That's where you look down there, and they've got a pencil and paper writing it down to kind of remember it after the game.
Yep. Here's Cougars wideouts each way, but it'll shock me if the ball goes in the air. Here's Johnson going to make it back to the line of scrimmage, maybe even a little bit of a loss there on 3rd down coming up. You're going to see one more running play, and then you're going to see the Cougars punt the football.
Yeah, there's no doubt.
41-18, comfortable lead.
Yeah.
And there's no use of, but
But, as we go through here, and you just don't want anything to happen here at the end of the game, and
right,
just get it over with.
Yeah, you're right. You're exactly right. Holbrook looking down the field has got his target, and there it is.
Outlaw.
Yeah, Outlaw makes a big catch, and now it's going to be 4th down, and the ball's on the 45. Do you punt it?
I think they're going to punt it. But then I have been wrong several times tonight. So as Holbrook goes into the huddle and gets the play, so they're going to go on 4th down here.
Minute 35 to go, and like about 6 yards minus for the 1st down. Wideouts each way as Williams will be the back beside of Holbrook. And then Breathitt County helps them out. And
it's going to make it even closer to a 1st down.
Yeah. And
brings them within a yard.
And that was Trumbo over the line. And now you 4th and 1, much more manageable.
Very much so.
But the clock is running, and
one more 1st down, and then it'll be take a knee time if they get it.
Yeah. Here we are as Williams will be the back beside of Holbrook, but Cougars going to take a timeout, so we'll leave it here with 56 seconds.
Yeah.
Perry Central still on top.
Perry Central, I did not get a score final on that. I'm sure it's about final. Let's check it out real quick. I'm a little bit behind on it. I'm accustomed to Jim Bob doing this.
Yeah, Jim Bob, he 51-22 with 5 minutes to go. That was about 4 minutes ago, so that game's close to being over down at Corbin.
And Perry, with 2 minutes and 49 seconds to go, are up on Martin still 31-14. So, so it looks like Perry County Central will be picking up another victory.
Coach Dixon seems to have his team going.
Rocking and a rolling.
Yeah.
They got that run game going. And going to have to, if you play Perry County Central, you're going to have to stop the run game. That's easier said than done.
Absolutely. Wideouts each way as Williams will be the back beside Holbrook. He'll take it right up the middle, and he'll get the first down. And I think you will not see, you might see Mr. Holbrook take 2 knees and let's go home.
Yep. And I think that's what they've just told them.
Yeah.
Victory formation here.
Yeah. And that's what we're going to do. And 41-18 will be our score. And
Quentin Williams is going to be.
Yeah, Quentin Williams is minus. What a game for Quentin. Big game tonight.
Best game, I believe, offensively that he's ever had here at Letcher Central. Haven't seen every game, but I would believe that to be true.
Alice Lloyd College, player of the game, and Cougars with a big win tonight, 41-18. And Manus, give us your thoughts.
I thought that I'm surprised of the margin of
I am
victory.
too, to be honest. I thought it'd be a closer
Cougars came out in the second half and pretty much took over, and with Williams and Kobe Johnson and the defense.
Yeah.
Hopefully, with Letcher Central, they continue that, and with Breathitt County, continue good luck for them, and got to find some offense from them. And, you know, Spurry kind of went away in the second half. So, that's something as he gets more in football shape that you'll see more and more from him.
Absolutely. I want to thank Quentin Williams for letting us watch his outstanding game tonight, and he did a great job. Our next game will be Paintsville and Hazard, Daniel Field. That's 2 weeks from tonight. That'll be a 7:30 kickoff, and hope you join us for that. And enjoyed the crowd tonight. Nice crowd.
Nice crowd.
Want to thank Jeremy Woolham up on the camera, Josh Cornett, all controls, Manus Blair with his expertise. I'm Dave Adams. We want to wish you good night from Letcher County Central High School. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next time.